Welcome to Dolly Talk. How is everybody doing? Oh, we have day 2 of the Ohio versus Thornton Demond Thomas trial. I believe it's pronounced Demond. I just had another person get annoyed with my pronunciation of his name. But both people who have been annoyed at my pronunciation of his middle name have both pronounced it differently. So if it's not demon, I apologize. My mistake. I'm just I, hey, I just learned hooked on phonics, and that's all I know. So day 2 starts today, and it starts off really spicy. Matt Damon. So Gigi is here. Good to see ya. I'm just annoyed by your voice. Oh, hella. I miss you too. Um, Wow is here. Was it Nick Payne? You didn't get checked out after a 30-second chokehold. Tracy, Johnny, Jim, thank you so much for the gifted memberships. Very generous of you. I set it up so people can find your channel as well. Brad is here. So we are going to start right now. I asked potentially criminal Sean. I gave him the link. He may pop in. It's kind of late. He just got off work, I think, or is about to. So I'm not sure if he's going to be able to, but I think he would be very interested in this, and it'd be good to get his opinions as a lawyer in Ohio. F Irish. So yes, the first guy that testifies today is something else.
We'll call Owen Sycamore. Step right
Right up here,
there.
Officer Sycamore. If you could raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm?
This is
That's the way
Ohio's
you're giving these
correctional
proceedings the truth, the whole
finest.
truth, nothing but the truth. I hope you got it. I do. All right, sit right there.
All right,
Oh,
Officer Sycamore, I'm going to remind you to keep your voice up nice and loud, okay, while you're testifying, so everybody can hear what you're saying. And if you could state your name and spell your last name for our court reporter, please.
Owen Sycamore, Sikkema.
Okay. And
Wow. Well, okay. I personally would want to give him a drug test, but that's just me.
how are you currently employed, Officer Sycamore?
I work at Warren Correctional Institution as a corrections officer.
Okay. How long have you been with Warren Correctional Institution?
Almost 2 years.
Okay.
Actual lie.
And so you were so employed in July of last year, just specifically July 23rd of 2024?
Yes.
Okay. Prior to going to Warren Correctional Institute, did you have any prior law enforcement experience?
No.
Okay. And during your 2 years at Warren, have you had occasion to come into court to testify regarding any cases?
No.
Is this your first time you're testifying?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, what could go
All
wrong?
right. So referring you to July 23rd, you were working on that day?
That's right.
And do you recall what hours you were working?
2 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay. Is that second shift?
Yes, ma'am.
And where were you assigned on that date?
3 Bravo.
3 Bravo?
Yes, that's
Okay.
a housing unit.
I'm sorry?
That's a housing unit.
A housing unit? Okay. And was that your normal assignment?
Yes.
Okay. How long had you been assigned to 3 Bravo?
About a week.
Okay. So you were pretty fresh in there?
Yes.
Okay. Where were you
Fresh
prior
meat.
to that?
I was relief, so it could have been anywhere on the compound. It just depends on where they wanted me that day. It wasn't up to me.
Okay. So kind of like a substitute or a fill-in for
Yeah.
people that may call in or whatnot. Okay. So in your week in 3 Bravo or anywhere else in the institution, had you, before this date that we're talking about, had you had
Right.
occasion to come into contact with the defendant, Thornton Thomas?
I had seen him around the day room in there,
Okay.
but I never really talked to him.
Okay. Never had any interactions with him?
No.
Okay. You ever have any trouble in any capacity with him?
No.
Okay. So let's talk about July 23rd. Okay. And you were working with a partner on that day, right?
That's right.
And who was your partner?
Hey,
Officer
Scott.
Roman,
Okay. And how long have you guys been partners?
about a week.
Okay. So just when you had
Yeah.
come to 3 Bravo?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right. And when you came into 3 Bravo, do you know how long that the defendant had been housed in that particular area?
I'm not exactly sure. I was thinking around a month.
Okay. All right. So during your shift on July 23rd of last year, you ended up being involved in an incident with the defendant, correct?
That's right.
So tell the jurors what happened on that date. How did the whole thing get started?
We were doing a cell search on his cell. We had him step out to the day room so we could search the cell.
Why were you doing a cell search?
We got a tip that there was a weapon in the cell.
Okay.
I was hoping
And
for
do you
weed.
recall approximately what time that the cell search happened?
Around like 9:15.
Okay. In the evening, obviously.
That's right.
All right. And when you're doing the cell search, what was the status of everyone else on the block?
They were all locked down.
Okay. And why were they locked down?
The day room was closed. They weren't allowed out.
Maddie.
Do you recall what time the day room closed?
It closed at 9.
9 p.m.
Yep.
Okay. And that means lockdown. That means everybody has to go back to their cells.
Yes.
So when you started the cell search, or at least initially, the defendant was in his cell.
That's right.
Okay. And did he have a cellmate?
Yes.
Yeah, there was no
Oh, was
weapon
in there
in the
too?
cell.
Yes.
Okay. So tell us what you did.
We brought them out of the cell, told them to take a seat in the day room, and Officer Romine and Officer Blythe began to search the cell while I watched the inmates in the day room.
Okay. And in the day room, was it just the defendant and his cellmate?
That's right.
Everybody else was still locked down.
Right.
All right. And when you first pulled him out of the cell, was he compliant?
Yes.
Okay. Did what you told him to do?
Yes.
So what happened then?
They continued to search the cell. We found approximately 3 gallons of homemade wine. And then the defendant proceeded to become agitated.
Okay. And do you know what sparked that agitation? You said he was compliant at first, right?
Yeah, he was complying at first, but when we found the wine, he became agitated about that.
Okay. And what do you mean by became agitated? What was he doing?
Stood up in the day room and started being disrespectful to us.
How was he disrespectful?
You hurt my feelings.
He was just using like provocative language.
Provocative language, is that what you
Yeah.
said? Okay.
He
All right. And
asked
what happened
me.
then?
He began to pace around, and then we told him to remain calm and have a seat in the day room. He wasn't listening, got more agitated. I told him that if he doesn't sit down and stop talking, we were going to take his contraband fans. He didn't listen. I was trying to reason with him to get him to remain calm and take a seat in the day room, but he didn't, so we took the fans.
Okay. Can you explain to me how you were trying to reason with him?
I wasn't going to take the fans.
Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. All right. You used the word contraband, right? A contraband fan.
Right.
Okay. Are inmates allowed to have fans in their cells?
Yes, they are, but the ones he had were altered and they didn't have titles for them. But they have to have a title for it and they can't be altered. And it's not contraband if it's altered.
Okay. And how were his fans altered?
Some of them were missing covers or they had broken pieces on them.
Okay. So they're not allowed to have property that's altered?
That's right.
All right. And you used the word title. What do you mean by that?
When they buy like electronic devices like fans, they get a title that comes with it with like their name on it and like their number and whatnot. And they have to keep that. So we ask about their fan, they have to show us it to prove it's theirs.
Okay. Is it like when an officer pulls you over and asks for your car registration, you pull it out of the glove box?
Yeah, it's basically that.
Okay. So it's just like a piece of paper?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not like a sticker or anything that's on the
It's
fan?
a laminated piece of paper.
Just a
You just
laminated?
keep it separate, but you have to keep it in your cell.
Okay. All right. So it's not something that's affixed to the fan?
No.
Okay. Did you ask him for a title to the fan?
I believe one of my partners did, but I don't know.
Okay, we're only gonna talk about stuff that you know, okay? So you personally did not ask him
No.
for a title. Okay. Now explain your thought process. In say you said that you weren't going to take the contraband fans, but then decided to. Why were you not going to take them? If they're contraband, why wouldn't you take them?
Because it's minor contraband.
And what do you mean by minor contraband?
It's not like a threat to the institution.
Okay, not meaning like a weapon or something.
Yes, but
Okay.
we are allowed to take it. But I was just looking for major contraband, which was like the alcohol we found. But I was trying to reason with them and get them to comply. So we originally didn't want to take the minor contraband, but I was just trying to get them to comply.
Okay, and he would not comply.
That's right.
Okay, so that's the reason you took the fans.
That's right.
Okay. In your 2 years at the institution, how many self searches do you think that you've done?
Oh, thank you, Tracy.
Approximately. And you can give it to me on a daily basis,
Um,
weekly basis, monthly basis.
Probably
Like how many
like
per week do you think you do?
around 10.
Around 10 per week?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's consistent throughout your 2 years?
Yeah.
Okay. And in
It's not a trick question.
your experience in doing cell searches, is it common to find, have you previously found in other cell searches that you've done minor contraband?
Yes.
Okay. And do you always take that minor contraband?
Not always.
Okay. How do you as a corrections officer decide whether or not to take an item that's minor contraband?
It just depends on the situation. I don't really know.
You don't know? Okay. All right. We've seen a lot of videos over the past day or so, and there's been some testimony about some pillows that were taken out of the cell. Did you guys take pillows?
Yes.
Okay. Why were those pillows taken?
They're not allowed to have those
They
types
were
of pillows. They
lumpy.
were made up from like shirts and sweatshirts stuffed with bedding.
Okay. Homemade?
Yes, which
Okay.
we're not allowed to do.
Something that wasn't like prison issued?
No.
Okay. So would those pillows be considered minor contraband?
Yes.
Okay. And you decided to take those.
Yes.
So why take the pillows and not the fan?
Pillows just take up too much space in the cell. He had several of them. Makes it harder to see what's going on in the cell.
Okay.
He puts him on his bed
Is
like a
there,
woman.
Is there a policy that says how much property an inmate can have within their cell?
Yes.
What is that?
All their property has to fit in a 2.4 cubic box. If it can't fit in there, they have to some of it's supposed to be taken.
Okay, so like 2.4 feet, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, by 2.4?
Yeah.
Okay, so like a square box.
Yes.
All right.
Interesting.
With the pillows that you have taken out of the cell, would those have exceeded that 2.4
Yes.
feet box? Okay. All right. So do you recall how many fans that were in the cell?
I don't know.
That's okay. All right. Do you recall if you all confiscated all the fans that were in the cell?
I don't know.
We're going to see this officer's
All right.
OnlyFans soon.
So what happened after you took the fans? Did the defendant calm down at that point?
No, he did not.
Bleeding.
He became more agitated and knocked the water cooler off the table.
Okay. And that was a water cooler that was in the day room?
Yes.
Okay. And what did that mean to you when he knocked the water cooler off?
He was being very aggressive.
Oh,
He was
hey,
being
Matt.
aggressive?
Yes.
Okay. So are you trained to react with aggressive situations in a certain way?
Yes.
Okay. So tell us about that.
He was acting aggressive, so we gave him directives to cuff up.
Okay. And put his hands behind his back and
Yeah, and turn around.
turn around so you could cuff him, right?
Right.
Okay. And how many times do you think he did that?
At least 10.
Okay. Was he compliant?
No.
Okay. What was he doing when you told him to cuff up?
Pulling his pants up and getting in a fighting stance.
And what do you mean by a fighting stance?
Well, he was like clenching his fist.
Clenching his fists?
Yes.
Okay. And what did that indicate to you?
He was displaying pre-assault indicators.
Okay. And are pre-assault
Pretty
indicators, is that
sure.
something that you're trained on?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about that. How are you trained on pre-assault indicators?
Pre-assault, like what to do?
When an inmate
Uh,
is showing pre-assault
uh.
indicators? Well, first of all, tell me what a pre-assault indicator is.
When you
Um,
put salt on your food.
Like a fighting stance, getting yourself ready, like excessive scanning of the area, verbal threats, clenching your fist.
Did you consider knocking the water cooler off to be a pre-aggression indicator?
Yes.
Okay. So when an inmate is showing those signs, what are you trained to do?
Tell them to cuff up because they're less of a threat once they're in cuffs.
Okay. So that's the purpose of getting them to cuff up.
Yes.
All right. And tell me what normally happens when you give a command to cuff up. What is that? What's the next step supposed to be?
They're supposed to turn around and put their hands behind their back.
Okay. And how do they know how to do that?
That's I believe it's in their inmate handbook.
Okay. Is it a common thing in a prison to tell somebody to cuff up?
Yes, it happens a lot.
Okay.
Oh, they get
How
a
many times
handbook.
in a shift do you think that you have to tell somebody to cuff up?
Maybe like
Let me ask that a different way. Okay. How many times do you think you have to issue an order to cuff up as a result of somebody showing pre-aggression indicators?
maybe like once a week.
Maybe once a week? Okay. Because there are other situations where you have inmates cuff up, correct?
That's right.
When you're transporting somewhere, for instance, correct?
Correct.
All right. So he's not abiding by your orders to cuff up. So what happens then?
We give him a final directive to cuff up, which he doesn't comply with.
Okay.
So we utilize the least amount of force necessary to gain compliance.
So when you say you gave him a final directive, that seems like a very official term. Is that something you're trained on?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about that.
Final directive is their last opportunity to comply.
And is that something that you are trained on and you're supposed to tell an inmate when they're being non-compliant? Do you understand my question?
I'm gonna object it. I think that's a leading question.
Rephrase, please.
Finally.
Did the phrase final directive, is that something that is in a policy or procedure that you're trained on with the prison, or is that something that you as an officer just use on your own?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Have you used that phrase final directive before?
Yes.
Okay. But you don't know where you came up with it.
Or was it
Other
solution?
people use it. I believe it's a policy. I'm not 100%
You're
sure.
not 100% sure. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's move on.
It's comical
So,
how dumb this
After
guy
you
is.
issue your final directive to cuff up, does it comply at that point?
No.
No. Okay. So, and you said, what did you do
Mhm.
next?
Use the least amount of force necessary to gain compliance.
Okay. And what is that? What was that?
Oleo resin capsation. OC spray.
OC spray, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that's like pepper spray, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you have that, you carry that with you as part of your daily uniform?
It's our daily equipment. Yes.
It's not on your daily equipment, right? Okay. All right.
The love child
So,
of Napoleon Dynamite and
When
Ethan
tell me
Crumbly.
about when you use OC spray on somebody. Is there, what I mean by that, is there a standard or a protocol for how much you're supposed to use, how long you're supposed to use it?
You're supposed to deploy it in bursts,
Deploy it in bursts? Okay, so what do you mean by burst?
like 2 to 3 second bursts.
2 to 3 second bursts. Okay, because it's in like a little spray can,
Yes.
like an aerosol spray, right?
That's right.
Okay, so you're supposed to hold the trigger down for 2 to 3 seconds. Is that what that means?
That's what it says on the can. You can hold it however long you need to.
It's like my
Okay, so
cheese
there's no
whiz.
prison policy about how much you're supposed to use at any given time?
I don't know.
You don't know. All right. Did you use your OC spray on Mr. Thomas, correct?
Yes.
All right. How long
John
do you think you
Levitz
sprayed
is
him?
having fun back there.
Maybe 2 seconds.
Maybe 2 seconds? All right. And what happened after you sprayed him?
He ran away to the front door of the unit.
Okay.
Uh,
And that was on the other side of the day room, right?
Right.
All right. So what happened then?
I went up to him to place him in cuffs, and he began to pull away.
All right.
He hurt my
How did you go
feelings.
up to him to place him in cuffs?
I came up from behind him.
Okay. And you were wearing a body camera during this, right?
That's right.
Okay, so I think at this point, we're gonna take a look at your body cam. Oops. Go. And I fast forwarded through all the cell search. We don't need to.
Sorry, guys. Jesus, woman. You turn it down some? No? Yeah? God damn. I'm gonna like turn this way down.
Because I forgot to ask you about the white shirt. Did you hear him asking for a white shirt during this altercation?
Yes.
Okay. What did that mean when he was asking for a white shirt?
He was asking for a supervisor
All right. And why did you get a supervisor?
afterwards.
Okay. Did you get a supervisor when he was asking for a white shirt?
No, they don't have the right to ask for a supervisor.
Okay. Why did you not get a supervisor?
We didn't feel safe to do so.
You didn't feel
We
safe to
needed
do so?
keep control of the situation. I wanted to keep my eyes on him.
Okay.
Damn it.
All right. I'm going to slow this down a little bit right here so we can
Slowing it down is really sus to me.
watch this. Now, in this frame here, we see handcuffs. Are you the one holding those handcuffs?
Yes.
Okay. So you're still trying to get him to cuff up? I'm going to pause it right there. And we see, this is Mr. Thomas, right?
That's right.
And we see a hand on Mr. Thomas's back. Whose hand is that?
I believe that's Officer Blythe.
That's Officer Blythe? Okay. And this is still you here with the handcuffs?
That's
Yes.
right.
So what happened there?
He started pulling away and elbowed one of us.
Okay. Who did he elbow?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Elbows were flying at that point?
That's right.
Okay. All right. So tell us what you were doing. Your body camera gets a little, we're close up here on you. So what are you doing at this point?
Trying to restrain him.
Okay. And what is he doing?
Trying to break away and assault us.
Okay. Now, it looks like you kind of got away from the pile there from that angle. How did that happen?
He punched me in the face and I fell down.
He punched you in the face and you fell down?
That's right.
All right. I'm going to pull up one more angle here for you.
At least the officer has a reason his eyes are so red now when they ask.
Yeah, that's it. This is on the surveillance video from the laundry room camera angle, which catches it over here on the right-hand side, right? Actually, I think I went a little too far. I'm going to have you orient the jury here as soon as you come into the frame. I'm going to have you point out where you are in this scuffle. Okay. Do you see yourself in the frame now?
I'm on the far right side.
Far right side over here
That's right.
in like the dark gray shirt, similar to what you're wearing today?
Yes.
Okay. And now you're over here on the left?
Yes.
Is that you?
That's right.
Okay. Okay. And what just happened there that we saw? Is
He-
this you on the ground?
Yes.
Okay. What happened?
He threw me to the ground.
Okay. All right. And
Oh,
Is this you on the ground here?
Yes.
Okay. And what's happening at this point? You're kind of isolated with him, away from the other officers a little bit. What's happening?
He punched me in the face and I fell to the ground. Then he punched me several more times.
Okay. Is that what we're looking there?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the jury can now
All right.
sympathize
You were
with
able
the
to get back up
defendant.
after he punched you, right?
Right.
Okay. And then after the punches stopped on you, what happened?
He got Officer Romine in a chokehold.
Okay. And where were you when that was happening?
Within a couple feet.
Done what I did?
Okay, we're gonna take a look now at, you've seen all these body cameras, right?
That's right.
Okay, so we're gonna take a look at Officer Dunaway's camera. Sure. All right, and I'm gonna fast forward to, you see him trying to get in. So this is, for the record, Officer Dunaway's body cam, which we're gonna start at 1:05, which is when he's coming through the door. Oop. No, is that mine?
Is that your
Oh,
screen?
no,
or-
it's-
Oh, you're not plugged in.
It'll help if I plug it
Yeah.
in. Sorry.
That is helpful, yes.
There we go.
That's a mistake I always make.
Because the other guards were like this one.
Kidding. There we go. Oops, do your volume. There we go. Okay, and I'm gonna, can you slow it down on yours? I don't know. Okay, all right. I don't think I can slow this down from this one, but, okay, so let's go just a little bit. Oops. Okay, then it can go frame by frame. Gotcha. Okay, let's see. There we go. That's better. That's what I want to look at. Okay, so it's a little bit blurry here, Officer Sycamore, but I'm gonna try to get it to this angle. Okay, and we're at 110 on Officer Dunaway's video. So can you see that? Can you describe what's going on here?
We were trying to pull Officer Romine out of the headlock.
Okay, so are you, is this you here in the dark shirt?
That's right.
That's you? Okay, and who is kind of bent over here
I think
in the
that's
black? Bent over.
Romine.
Is that Romine?
I believe
Okay.
so.
And is this the point where the defendant had him in a headlock?
Yes.
Okay. Can we see the defendant in this frame?
Okay,
That
Gigi,
little part on the right. In the white.
have
The
fun.
white shirt right here?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's kind of backed up. What is this? Is this like a cooler or something?
It's a ice machine.
Ice machine. So he's kind of backed up against this ice machine.
After he's been
Yes.
pepper sprayed.
Okay. So this is the defendant. This is Officer Romine in the black. This is you in the gray, correct?
Yes.
And these other guys are over here, other officers that came to the scene?
Yes.
Okay. So what efforts are you making to try to get your brother officer out of the headlock?
Jackson, we're bleeding again.
Overruled. Go ahead and answer if you can.
What are you doing?
I was attempting to get Thomas off of him,
How? What were you doing?
hitting him in the head.
Okay. We're going frame by frame here. Is that what we see your arm doing?
Yeah.
And what is Officer Romine doing at this point?
He's getting strangled.
Okay. Did you hear him?
He was yelling for help.
Okay. How many officers do you think were on the defendant at that point? If
I
you
don't
know.
know.
Did you answer? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. All right. So this is kind of a different angle.
This guy doesn't even know
There.
where his car is right
We're
now.
at 115 on the
To be
video.
honest.
Is this Officer Romine down here? Is
Yes.
this his face?
Yes.
And we've got kind of a close up. Whose arm is that?
Thomas's.
Thomas's? Okay, around his neck. Okay, that's probably not. What, so ultimately, were you guys able to get Thomas off of him?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know how that happened?
One of the other officers was able to create a gap and pull him out.
Okay.
Hi,
All right.
Gigi.
And so how did the whole situation end? What
The-
stopped it?
It ended with Roman getting out of the headlock and Thomas being placed on the ground and placed in hand restraints.
Okay. So you were able to restrain him?
Yes.
Okay. After after he was restrained, what did you do?
I went to medical.
You went to medical? Okay. To get
examined.
checked out?
Yes.
What kind of injuries did you suffer?
I had a broken tooth and facial lacerations
Aw.
I'm gonna put a
and
couple
bruising.
pictures up here so we can take a look at.
His wivel teeth. Oh, I bet when he got home, his mom got so mad that
Remember,
he
this is states
broke his
5A.
tooth.
Can you tell us what we're looking at here?
A picture of me after the
You know how
assault.
much money I've
Where was
spent at the
this picture taken?
orthodontist?
Medical.
That's in medical? All right. And this shows your injuries?
Yes.
So what injuries are we looking at here?
I had a
You can, that
bust.
screen you should be able to draw on. That might help you. Get one of those colors down there at the bottom. That's right. Okay. So you're circling your mouth area.
Yeah, I had a busted lip.
Get a busted lip.
Oh,
Okay. And we're going to show this picture, which is 5A. Tell us what we're looking at
little
there.
fella.
A busted lip and
Ugh.
broken tooth.
Your front tooth there.
Yes.
Okay. It was not in that condition prior to this incident.
No, it was normal.
It was a normal tooth.
Are you sure?
Okay. And did you receive any medical treatment after?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of medical treatment did you receive?
Medical marijuana?
I got a cap on it to make it look normal again.
On your tooth? Okay.
Yes.
All right. And you went to the hospital, right?
Yes.
Okay. And just for authentication purposes, that's state's exhibit number 7. Are those your medical records?
Yes.
Okay. And when you went to the hospital, what did they, were there any other diagnoses besides your busted lip and your fractured tooth? Did you have any other injuries?
Bruising on my face.
Just bruising? Okay. All right. So a couple of other questions for you, and I'm almost done. After you went to the hospital that night, where did you go? Did you go back to work or did you go home?
I went back to work.
You did go back to work? Okay. When you went back to work, what did you do?
I did all my paperwork.
Okay. What paperwork did you do?
All of
My
it?
injury reports
Okay.
and my use of force report.
Okay. Filled out your use of force report. That's something that you're required to do?
Yes.
Okay. And any other paperwork did you fill out?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Do you remember filling out any sort of log that documented the property that was confiscated out of the defendant's cell?
I believe there was a contraband slip done on the property that was taken, but I don't know who did it. I
Okay.
don't think it was me.
So my question was, do you remember filling out a contraband slip?
No.
You do not personally. Okay. Did you see anybody else fill out a contraband slip?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. All right. And did you you spoke to OSP, right?
Yes.
Officer Klons or Officer Creech?
Hey, Donald.
And at the were you ever required to speak to anybody about the use of force report? Other than OSP? Like somebody within the prison?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
You don't
Did you
know.
receive any sort of discipline for this?
No.
Objection.
I'll sustain the objection.
Oh,
Jury to disregard that.
okay. We've stipulated to ID, yes, Mr.
Yes.
Engel? Okay, so I have no further questions for the officer. Second, no, pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Engel, you may inquire.
Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Here's some lubricant.
So let me ask you first about your training on the use of OC spray. You received training on that?
Yes.
Okay. How long was that training?
Several days.
You received several days worth of training just on the use of OC spray?
we received training at the academy when we first started, and then I do in-service training on it.
And during that training, you're told that OC spray is considered use of force, right?
Yes,
So it's subject to the use of force policy.
yes,
And you're familiar with that use of force policy too, right?
yes,
So you're familiar with, for example,
I think that's his mom or a family member, Mads.
under the use of force policy, you have what's called a duty to de-escalate, right?
yes.
Okay, and what is that duty to de-escalate?
To use IPC skills,
What are IPC skills?
interpersonal communication.
And when we say duty, that means you're required to do it, right?
Right.
It's
Duty.
not an option, right?
It depends on the situation.
But that's not what your policy says, right? Your policy uses the word duty. What is the word duty? You understand that word?
Yes,
What does it mean?
I'm going to turn the audio
it's
back
your
up.
responsibility.
Okay, your obligation to, right?
Right,
Okay, and then it says required. What does the word required mean?
means you have to do it.
Okay, so you have to use your IPC skills before you use force, right?
It's not a trick question.
If it's safe and reasonable to do so.
Okay, that's a great point. If it's safe and reasonable to do so, you're supposed to use your skills, right?
Right.
And that's not an option. You have to do that.
Right.
And you have to do that before you use pepper spray as well, right?
If it's safe and reasonable.
And so if it's safe or reasonable, meaning if you could try to calm the situation down some other way, you're supposed to do that before you use your OC spray, right?
Right.
And that's your training to do so.
Yes,
Okay, and you always have acted in accordance with that.
yes,
You've always acted in a way that you would try to de-escalate a situation before you use OC spray.
yes,
You've always acted in a way that you would only use OC spray if there's a threat against you.
no,
No?
No.
Okay. Why do you say no?
Yeah, he's good, Hella.
well, there's times we have to use OC when there's no threat to us.
Why would you use OC spray when there's no threat to you?
Well, let me rephrase that.
I think you should.
I think you
Um,
should.
Sometimes there's a,
Why would you pepper spray someone if there's no threat? Let me rephrase. Defense lawyer, I think you should.
threat to like the security of the institution, which is also a threat to us. So yes,
Okay, so when you mean a threat to security institution, you mean like someone might escape?
yes,
Okay, maybe approach Ron.
You may.
Uh-oh. Someone open the door.
Mr. Sycamore, isn't it true that you received a written reprimand for the improper use of OC spray against an incarcerated person?
yes,
That occurred on October of last year, right?
yes,
So, as we mentioned, let me level set with talk about a couple policies. So we talked about the use of force policy here, right? And you're also aware of the use of force policy. You're expected to maintain respect towards inmates. You're supposed to treat them respectfully, right?
in the use of force policy,
It says ODRC staff, that's you, right?
yes,
Are expected. It's another one of those obligation words, right?
Right.
Okay. So to maintain and display respect and professionalism to one another and the incarcerated persons for whom they are employed to manage safely and conveniently. You understood that, right?
yes,
Okay, you have to be respectful of people.
yes,
That means treating them like people, not like children, right?
yes,
Also means not acting in an arbitrary manner to them.
yes,
You're not supposed to threaten them.
that's right,
You're not supposed to use your authority to punish them.
yes,
Okay. So, for example, if
Oh, we have a guest here.
Yes.
Hey, Sean.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Apparently, yes, chat. Yes, in Ohio, you are not allowed to hit people when you're in prison.
Yes.
I'm here to give you that top-notch legal analysis.
Cool. Well, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. So you don't know anything about this?
I know what you told me. Some guy went buck wild on a couple of inmates at Lebanon Correctional. It sounds like.
Well, it was 4 officers on 1 inmate.
Yeah,
And he fought back. They
sounds
were,
like he was at Lebanon though, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the prison down there. So
so he's going with self-defense.
ah,
And this is one of the officers on the stand now who is not
was it Warren, not Lebanon? Okay,
okay.
thank you, Connor.
So yeah, we'll keep going, and you can see the fine.
That's gonna be pretty fun. I've tried to make this argument before. It never really goes anywhere, but okay.
The the correction officers are not very
Oh yeah, they're
competent.
never. Well, yeah, they're never gonna admit. Oh yeah, I was beating the brakes off this guy. Yeah, it was totally my fault.
Someone talks disrespectfully to you, there's a process involved. It's what's called RIB.
Yeah.
Okay. So you could report them to the RIB, right?
That's
Rules
right.
of Infraction
And the RIB
Board.
would impose some discipline on them.
Right.
Put them in segregation or something else, right?
Right.
It's not your job to discipline the incarcerated persons, right?
No.
Your job to make sure that they're safe and the institution is safe, right?
Right.
Which is why it says you're not supposed to verbally or physically provoke or abuse them, right?
Right.
You understood that was your obligation.
Yes.
You're also not supposed to create situations where an incarcerated person may attempt to assault the employee, right?
Right.
In other words, you're not supposed to rile them up and then if an assault happens, say, hey, it's their fault, right? It says there's an obligation on you
You're not
too,
allowed to use
right?
the N-word.
Yes.
And you understood all that when you were searching the cell, right?
Yes.
Now, there's other policies too that you're aware of, right? For example, I think you mentioned
Oh, so this was during a
personal
search of a
property
cell.
policy.
Yeah,
Well, that's
They
a
were-
big deal. And this is where guys, you can laugh at TV and all that, but for inmates, that's their house, and it's
Yeah.
actually a big deal. If, like, they understand you're gonna have to search and toss it, but if you search it like an asshole, that's
that's what it
actually
was.
that's very poorly that's very poor etiquette in prison for the guards to do that.
Basically, they were looking for a shank,
Yeah,
and he did not have one. His cellmate did have like 3
I mean
gallons
that's a
of-
good thing
Yeah,
normally.
his cellmate had some hooch.
Okay.
That they
Oh
took.
no.
But so the defendant was mouthing off at the guards.
Yeah, as they tend to do.
And the guards then said, well, if you don't stop, we're going to go ahead and take this fan.
Yeah.
Because the fan he had the cover
Mhm.
removed.
Yes,
So to make it work better,
that's contraband. Yeah.
and it's considered contraband. So they were just saying,
Mhm.
like, we won't take it unless
Mhm.
you stop mouthing off.
Okay. And guys, the Rules Infraction Board, that's more than just a write-up. That's actually a thing. So like that affects your ability to get parole. That affects your ability to get judicial release. So like if the court sentence you may release you on probation again. So Rules Infraction Board is kind of a big deal. Those are the very serious offenses. You don't want to get rib. Rib is bad. So
Gotcha. And it was at like 9:15 as well.
okay.
Yes.
And one of the things you said, and I want to make sure we're correct about this, involved the pillows. You said the pillows could violate the policy because they took up too much space.
Yes, and they're not allowed to have those pillows. They were
Okay, well, so 2 separate things, right? You said first that they were unauthorized pillows, and second, they took up too much space,
Well,
right?
it's both.
Okay, you said both, but the policy actually, it's 2.4 cubic feet of property they're allowed to have, right?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
And that
And like, is this pretty common for correctional officers to not be the best and the brightest?
I mean, sometimes, but most of the time, these guys, they have an incentive to make sure that you're cool, because if you're not, you're just inviting, the other guys that you're working with don't want you being a big fucking asshole to the inmates,
Yeah.
because when they come in on the next shift, that gets taken out on them. So I mean, generally speaking, most, like, this is where I'll say that show that show. Oh God, it was like they were showing the COs in New Mexico, like they were rookies getting through their first year. It's actually a big deal. Like you need to be able to handle yourself. Yeah, they're gonna shit test you and all that. But yeah, there is a big incentive for you to make sure you follow the rules. You don't piss these guys off because the guy you work with might get killed over it, depending on what you do.
Gotcha.
Is this guy's jaw wired shut? No, he's just
Yeah.
You know, he's not very articulate. So
Yeah.
Policy, though, you see here excludes bedding, right, from the 2.4 cubic feet.
Yes.
Okay, so you were wrong about that when you testified earlier that the pillows could be contraband because they took up too much of their personal space.
Well, it wasn't bedding.
Pillows are not bedding.
It was made up from all kinds of things.
Okay, so is your understanding that pillows are not bedding?
Well, they could be made from bedding.
Okay, so it could be. So who did you? So if you're not sure that the pillows were taking up too much space, who could you ask to find the answer to that question?
Coach.
What's that?
A coach.
What's a coach?
It's like an officer that trains other officers.
Okay, so when you have a question, then did you contact the coach to find out if the pillows were?
No, I didn't have one readily available.
Okay, but you had a supervisor available, right? You have a radio, right?
Not in there at that moment.
No, you had a radio on you, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that radio is used to talk to other people at the institution,
Yes.
and you could use that radio to talk to your supervisor, then, right?
Yes, but I would have to radio them to go to the phone.
I mean, that's a
And I
hardship,
didn't
right?
want
You
to
gotta-
leave the situation to go get on the phone.
getting on the phone. Yeah,
Well, why?
God
It's
forbid
not
we
that
get on
big
the
a
phone.
deal.
Action.
Sustained. The jury will disregard that.
So you didn't want to get on the. Okay, I got it. Let me just set
The jury heard it though.
Yeah. I mean,
It was, but I'm tired. It's too hard. It's like that's not impressive.
yeah. Let me know what you think of this guy. I think he's
No, the
One of-
veteran's doing a great job. I like where he's
Yeah.
going with this. I like where this is going so far.
he's got a good moral argument, but I'm
Well,
kind of
I
on
mean, the part of the argument is though you didn't know what the fuck you were doing was right or wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and remember, people are willing to say, okay, you're in prison, follow the CO's rules. But if the CO's being a big fucking asshole,
Yeah.
you know, that makes it easier for people to say, fuck, like, okay, fine, yeah. This is going down the road of he needs his ass kicked as a defense.
yeah.
Oh, half Irish. Do I know this guy? No. Down that way, it's like working on the moon, and for them, like, and then coming up here is going to be like working on the moon.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know him specifically, but is this guy in the is he a PD or is he court appointed? Either way, he's doing very well. I really, yeah.
I think he's just takes cases. I don't know if they have an
Okay.
actual public defender's office.
Okay. Which that's very common. Ohio does not have a very robust, to quote Dark Phil. We do not have a very robust public defender system.
Gotcha.
Most counties use court appointed counsel.
Okay.
Don't want to get on the phone. Instead, we also look at the. So let's bring us up to the search of the cell.
The search.
You've been on the block just a couple weeks at that point, right?
That's right.
And someone received a tip that there's a shank.
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever find a shank?
No.
No.
But you decided you're going to do the search. Now, when you're doing the search, everyone else is locked down, right?
Yes.
No one else is in the day room,
Yes.
right? Everyone. So just so we're clear, there's no possibility at any point during this that Mr. Thomas would pose a threat to other inmates because they were all locked up, right?
That's not true.
Okay, why is that not true?
They may be locked behind a door, but you can be assaulted from behind a closed door.
how is Mr. Thomas going to assault other inmates?
I'm not saying he would.
Okay, I'm just
You
trying to figure
asked
out.
me the question.
Because I look at those doors. I mean,
But you can
you've
though.
seen lots of pictures of
Can
them.
you?
I don't need to put it out, right? They're
Yeah,
pretty
like-
solid, right?
You could piss and shit through the feed
Oh.
slots. Like they can get at you. It's really hard, but it can happen.
Sure.
So this is where guys like movies like Shot Collar is actually kind of helpful because you hear him saying like, if you throw any piss or shit on me, well, you're like, how is he going to do that? Through the food slots? Like
Mm.
there are ways to, yeah, well, half Irish, that's all you got as a weapon. So,
Fair.
but they're also going to act like cops. Everything's dangerous. Everything is a threat. Everything is off. Like everything is like, yeah, they told us in there some guy got killed. Like some inmate made Play-Doh and killed another guard with the Play-Doh. Like you're gonna be like, that never happened. They're like, we were told about it. So, and if you guys think this guy's, if you're not impressed with him, wait till you get to fucking there's like 3 or 4 private prisons in Ohio, done by corrections CCA. Wait till you deal with them.
Really.
Those guards, holy shit, those guys can be
Wow.
retarded. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so is it your testimony that Mr. Thomas at some point posed a threat to the inmates who were locked in their own cells?
No.
So everyone's locked up, and you take them out of the cell, you pat them down, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you patted, that's what happened here, right?
Yes.
Now, if I understood your video right, you never actually step into that cell, right? You're always on the outside watching things.
Yes.
And as the cell is being done or tossed by Blythe and Romine, Mr. Thomas is down, what is he, about 20 feet away from you?
Maybe 10.
Okay, and some distance though, right? It's on the video, right? We can see exactly how far it is, right? And he's just standing there at the beginning, right?
Yes.
And he's got a tablet, right? And all the inmates have tablets they can look at.
Not all of them have it, but most of them do.
Okay, and that's Mr. Thomas had it, right?
Yes.
And you can actually read books or do stuff on the tablet.
Yes.
And he's just looking at his tablet while his cell is being tossed.
Yes.
Candy
And
Crush.
then they found some hooch in there,
Yes.
homemade wine
Yes.
or homemade liquor. I've never tried it. And just so we're clear, again, when they find it, you stay outside the cell, right?
Yes.
You never actually go into that cell.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Well, it's on your video, right? I mean, I don't see you going actually into the cell.
I don't believe that I went in.
So you're relying on the other folks to do an inspection of that cell.
Yes.
Okay. So just so we're clear, when you were outside the cell, you never did an inspection of the pillows, for example, while they were in the cell, right?
Well, I could see them in the cell.
You could see it. And same with the fans, right? You could see the fans maybe from a distance, but you weren't up closely inspecting them, right?
I was within a couple feet. The cells aren't very big.
Okay. No, we saw that. Yeah. So that. And I think your testimony was the defendant became agitated when we found the wine. Is that your testimony?
Yes.
Okay. Now, first, the wine belonged to his cellmate, right?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, didn't you came out and you asked who's going to take ownership of this? And his
I don't-
cellmate said, it's mine?
I don't remember.
Okay. But if it's on the videotape, that's what happened, right?
Yes.
And so I just want to be clear. Can I have the computer switch over? I don't want to go through this videotape every step here, but here's what happens when the wine is gone.
Let me just turn it down a little because it kind of blasts you.
I'm sorry, that's the pillows.
Okay. I will say that he has his own sink. The sink and the toilet are not together. I'm guessing that's like a premium unit.
I mean, it's just how the units are set up. But
Mm.
yeah, I mean, it's the more common way is you get the toilet and sink as a common unit. Yeah, it just depends where you're at.
Gotcha.
Now, you'd found the wine at that point. Does he look agitated in that picture?
No.
So your testimony that he was agitated when you found the wine, that wasn't quite accurate, was it?
Possibly not.
Okay. Not possibly not. It's clearly not, right? Clearly not, right? Your testimony before was wrong, right?
Possibly.
Not possibly. I mean, are you saying that's possibly?
Objection, Your Honor.
I'll sustain the objection. The question has been asked and answered. Let's move on, Mr. Engel.
Okay. So let's talk about other details, right? You had to do a use of force report, right?
Right.
And when you did that use of force report, you tried to include every important detail in there, didn't you?
Yes.
Because you were trained, it's important to include every detail, right?
Every detail that's necessary.
Every detail that's necessary, right? So, I mean, you want to write down as much as would happen so that people would be able to regard it, right?
Right.
You can't exclude important things. Same as when you talked to the trooper, right? You were interviewed by him.
Yes.
And when you were interviewed by the trooper, you also tried to tell him everything that was important
Yes.
because you knew you might be asked about it later. So when you did your use of force report, may I approach you on?
You may.
Tab I3, that's your report, right?
Right.
And again, we're trying to put all the important details in there. You didn't mention that there was any wine found in there, right?
I put that we found approximately 3 gallons of hooch.
Okay, and then you said which inmate Thomas claimed as his. That's not accurate, you found out, right?
As far as I knew when I wrote it, that's what I believed.
Okay, but you were the one who spoke to the
Oh.
cellmate, and the cellmate said to you, it's mine, right? So this report isn't completely accurate, is it?
I didn't remember. I didn't write the ticket though. Somebody else did.
Okay, I didn't ask about the ticket yet. We're gonna ask about that in a minute. But I want to know about the use of force report. You wrote that, right?
Yes.
So you included then inaccurate information when you wrote that inmate Thomas claimed it was his.
If that's what the video shows.
And then you also, you said to him, you know, when he later got agitated about the pillows, right? And then you told him, hey, if you keep talking, we're going to take your fans. That was you, right?
Yes.
Okay, you didn't include that in your report either.
No.
You also, well, we'll come back to this in a minute. When you talk to the trooper, if we go to the previous tab here, look at tab I. There's the report from the trooper. Yeah. So you remember talking to the trooper about this incident too, right?
Right.
And you tried to tell him everything that was important about the case?
Right.
Because he told you had to tell the truth,
Yes.
and he told you had to tell the whole truth.
Yes.
Okay, so you didn't want to not include any details.
Right.
And the trooper, he takes really good notes, so he's going to write down everything you say, right?
Right.
Did you tell the trooper about the finding hooch in the cell?
No.
Did you tell the trooper that you took pillows from Mr. Thomas?
No.
Did you tell the trooper that you took fans from Mr. Thomas?
No.
Did you tell the trooper that you only took the fans after you said to him, hey, if you keep talking, we're going to take your fans?
No.
So all these important facts you didn't include in your interview with the highway patrol trooper who was doing a criminal investigation.
No.
All right, so let's fast forward to the story a little bit then. You take these, so one of the officers, it wasn't you, took the pillows, right?
Right.
And you put them in the trash bag.
Right.
Okay. Now, you know your policy says you're supposed to create a log of any contraband that you take, right?
Right.
Where's that log?
Well, for contraband like that, I don't believe we had to do that.
Okay, that's not what your policy says, right? Doesn't your policy say you have to create a log of every piece of contraband?
I believe they just changed that a couple months ago. When this video was taken, that wasn't in policy.
So you're saying you can take property of inmates and not create a log or anything like that?
If it was something like that, not the fans, you would have to put that in contraband slip, but like the pillows,
Okay. Well, you didn't create a contraband slip for the fans either, right?
I did not.
See, this is where if I was going to go after him,
And the reason you're
I would
supposed
just
to do
say,
that is-
well, then why was it, if it wasn't well, then what was it if it wasn't contraband? Because then you're going to have to admit, yeah, I was taking shit he was legally allowed to have, which once again pushes the jury towards this guy being an asshole.
I see.
So, but yeah, no, this guy is setting him up. He's reading from the Ohio Administrative Code, which is like the Code of Federal Register, the CFR,
Yeah.
for Ohio agencies. So yeah, he's just going through it. Boom, 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 hitting this
And
guy
just
up.
impeach him.
Yeah. Yep.
It's because the inmates have a right to contest whether you took their property improperly, don't they?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you wouldn't want to destroy it. You'd want to keep the property safe until they had that opportunity, right?
Yes.
And you'd want to create documents about why you took that property so someone could review it.
Yes.
You didn't do any of that in this case, though, right?
No.
No, I got a little busy doing something else.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I was too busy doing my reports and going to the hospital.
Okay, but when you came back from the hospital, you did more paperwork, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so you just decided not to do the paperwork for all the property that was taken.
No, somebody else did it.
Okay, you think someone else did it? Who was that person?
Somebody else was supposed to. I don't know if anybody did.
Okay, does that person have a name?
No.
No, they don't have a name.
It was whoever took over the unit after I got relieved.
Okay, but do you know if the report was done?
Objection asked and answered.
Sustain. Let's move on.
So I think we established, you said, when Mr. Thomas got upset, I think now we know about the pillows being taken, right? And he starts yelling at you,
Right.
and he's being disrespectful.
Right.
He doesn't make any actual threats of violence, right?
I don't know.
Okay, you don't recall him saying, I'm gonna kick your ass or anything like that?
No.
And you said one of the reasons that you could take the fan was that there was no title. Did you ask him for the title?
I don't know.
Do you know if anyone asked for the title?
I don't know.
If they did, it would be on that videotape, right?
Should be.
Should be, but if we don't see it, it didn't happen.
Possibly.
Well, you're not saying it happened before the videotape, right?
Mm,
You didn't come in earlier in the day and ask him for the title for the fans, right?
no.
You just decide you're gonna take the fans because he's talking at you.
No, I was trying to get him to comply.
So you're trying to get him to comply, and if he doesn't be quiet, you're gonna punish him by taking his fans.
No, I was using my IPC skills to try and get him to comply with my directives.
Okay, so you're saying that threatening to take the personal property of inmates is an IPC skill?
I wasn't threatening him.
And then, there might be a dispute. If Mr. Thomas said, hey, these pillows weren't homemade, I bought them from the institution like I'm supposed to. Did you save those pillows so that we could check that?
The pillows that the institution has look nothing like those pillows.
Did you save those pillows so that we could check that?
I don't know. I was relieved after that.
Okay, and different institutions have different pillows, right? He's been at other institutions, as you know,
Well,
right?
these pillows were made from shirts and sweatshirts. And it was very obvious.
Very obvious. So you brought that, so you saved them so that you could show someone if it was contested that this was improper.
I didn't go back to the unit after that.
We're gonna need a pillow
So
expert.
you didn't, so as
Yeah.
far as you know, no one saved
Rick
them.
Lindell.
Objection, Your
Yes, you
Honor.
need some
Yeah, let's
pillow
move on
talk.
from this, Mr. Engel.
And then you said that he knocks over the water cooler, right?
Right.
Okay, and that's when you said he's making what you call pre-assault indicators.
Right.
Okay.
Now, he
those are
doesn't
things.
actually make any verbal threats, does he?
I don't know.
You don't recall any. But you said he was taking a fighting stance.
Thank you, David.
Is that what you observed? That the fighting stance that he took? That's you in the right there, right?
Right.
And you see his hands are, oh, they're behind the little thing there.
Hope you're well, David.
Hi, David. And Chad, I think I mentioned this before. Pre-fight indicators are an actual thing. People that square up, they're balling their fists.
His hands aren't in the fist,
You
are
know,
they?
those are real things. Yeah, this guy's
Not at
not.
that very moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you said he pulled up his pants at some point, right?
Yes.
Okay. You didn't see him actually. The video doesn't show him actually pulling up his pants, right?
It does somewhere in the video.
Somewhere.
Maybe
You
not in
think
this
somewhere.
small clip you're about to show.
Well, we'll let the jury look at it. But if it's you wrote that. And you wrote in your report, your use of force report, that he pulled up his pants, right? So if that's not on the videotape, that would not be accurate too, would it?
We'd have to watch the whole video to see.
Okay, yeah, and we have. Okay. Now, you said that when there's a directive to cuff up, he's supposed to do that right away, right? He knows the rules.
Yeah, you're supposed to do it immediately.
Okay, so I think you said he was given an inmate handbook.
Yes.
Okay, and that inmate handbook is the rules that the inmates are supposed to follow.
Yeah, the rules and regulations.
Okay, and it's very important that they follow all those rules and regulations.
Right.
Okay, that's for the safety of everyone, right?
Yes.
Rules and regulations are important.
Yes.
Okay, it's important that everyone follow them, right? It's not different rules for you and them, right?
Well, there is different rules.
Let me phrase it. It's not just as it's important for them to follow it, it's important for you guys to follow it.
Right.
That's not like one rule for me, another rule for B, right? Everyone follows the rules.
Everybody's supposed to follow the rules.
Got it. And so he asked for a supervisor at that point, right? A white shirt.
Yes.
Now, and you decide you're not
White
going to ask for
shirt.
a white shirt.
We didn't feel safe.
The
to
whitest
do
of the
so.
shirts.
Okay, well, you didn't feel safe. So he is standing good distance away from you. You guys approach him, right?
Yes.
Okay, and he actually takes a couple steps back away from you as you approach him, doesn't he?
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know. So if it's on the videotape, that's possible. That's what happened.
Yes.
He takes a couple steps back, and you guys, what? So, and let me be clear: the only other person in the cell is the cellmate, right?
Yes.
He hasn't done anything aggressive at all in the block, right?
I don't know.
You haven't seen him do. You didn't say that he did anything aggressive. You haven't seen him do anything aggressive, right?
Not that I know of.
Yeah. Well, you were there. If anyone would know, it would be you.
Right.
Hey, Dolly, real
So
quick,
everyone else locked
Yeah.
in their cells.
how
right?
do you? I'm just curious. You all of you guys who do this trial watching, how do you find out about these like trials that are happening like out of nowhere? Like, does somebody who watches all the time knew this was coming up? Because this is a pretty good trial. I think it's very well done,
yes.
actually, by the defense team.
Yeah, my mod Louise and Scott, they helped me kind of keep track. We set up a calendar.
Wow, these
and-
people are awesome for finding it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'll let you know.
cool.
There's
No,
some
I'm just
others
like, this is
coming up.
impressive.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun.
So, and you had a radio, right?
Right.
So you could have just said, "Hey, can we see if a supervisor is available?" But you chose not to do that.
No, I wanted to keep my eyes on him.
Well, you could have. You the radio's
Objection,
on
Your
shoulder,
Honor.
isn't it?
No.
I'm going to overrule the objection, but Mr. Engel, we've been all through this. Let's wrap this up and get on to something that the jury has not already heard.
So after you pepper spray him, he walks away, right?
He ran away to the front door.
Okay. And you followed him.
Yes,
That was your choice to follow him.
it was my duty.
And you put hands on him, right?
I attempted to restrain him to place him
Okay.
in hand restraints.
And then later, let's just get to the point. Later, we see you're punching him, right?
After he punched me first.
Okay. Well, I mean, we'll the video will be there, and we'll see who punched who first. But you're a bunch of people. You're hitting him in the head at some point, right?
When he was strangling my partner and he couldn't breathe.
And is hitting people in the head consistent with your training?
Yes,
You were taught about using compliance strikes during your training, right?
yes,
Okay, and a compliance strike is supposed to bring a suspect under control.
yes,
And as part of your training, you're taught that when you use a compliance strike, you're not supposed to hit people in the head, but you hit them in the side or the shoulder or something, right?
well,
That was part of your
part of the
training, wasn't it?
policy is that under the threat of serious injury or death, you can do what you need to do to stop them.
So you believe it's
He was
consistent.
strangling my partner to the point he couldn't breathe.
So you believe it's consistent with your training that you could hit people in the head,
Yes,
and you hit them multiple times in the head.
yes,
Now, the injuries you suffered, you said you had a broken tooth.
yes,
Okay, that got fixed,
yes,
and a busted lip.
yes,
Did you need stitches for that?
no,
Any other injuries other than that busted lip and the busted tooth,
bruising,
bruising? Anything else?
so I was sore.
Okay. And you got a cap on your tooth, right?
Yes,
So nothing that's a permanent,
No cap.
Section.
Overruled. Go ahead.
nothing that's a permanent disfigurement for you, right?
I have a scar that's permanent on my lip.
So you got a small scar on your
Yes.
lip.
Yes,
It's okay. Chicks dig
Anything
stuff.
else?
To be fair, like in Ohio,
Um,
broken fingers can be
Hmm.
a disfigurement. And like if you got
in
bruised
the
really
cold?
bad and it was like a couple of weeks before it went away, that can count as a disfigurement. Like, so it's actually a wide range of injuries can be.
So technically it is.
It can be depending on the situation, but I would argue, I don't know for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised at having to have your tooth get capped.
Yeah,
That would probably be a permanent injury.
sure.
So
Makes
the
sense.
tooth has permanent damage.
Just one moment, Rob.
and guys, for these charges he's facing, felonious assault is 2 to 8 years in
Any other
prison.
questions?
Although because it's law enforcement, they might have upgraded to a 3 to 11, a first degree felony, and strangulation is 2 to 8 years.
I
each count.
believe second degree felony is the highest he's facing.
Okay, so they're all second. Well, if you assault law enforcement, it can become a first. So if then it's
Okay.
just 2 to 8 on every count. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
I think he's in right now until 2039.
yeah. So he's playing with house money at this point.
Yeah. Although, I mean, any new time would be consecutive, right?
I mean, it's not automatically. And I think that, the judge seeing this, he's like, wow, these guys, Like-
Oh,
there's a lot of mitigation here for this guy.
yeah.
He has 1 second degree and 3 third degrees. Okay, so he's facing 2 to 8 and then up to 36 months on each third degree. So
Okay.
For this witness,
Officer Sigma. Are there certain pre-assault or pre-aggression indicators that may be more significant to you as a corrections officer than others?
Than other correctional officers?
No. Are
Just
there
other
certain, as a CO, when you're on duty, are there certain pre-assault indicators that you may witness that are more significant than other pre-assault indicators?
people? Yes.
Okay. Give me an example of that.
Well,
For instance, hypothetically, if I pull my pants up versus if I get mad and knock something off the table, is one of those more significant to you as a CO than another?
yes.
Objection.
Overruled.
Which one is more significant and why?
Knocking the water table off.
Why is that more significant?
It's more aggressive. He actually committed an action.
So you view that as more aggressive?
Yes.
No further questions.
Anything else for this witness?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You can step down. Next witness?
Okay, State's next witness is Officer Blight. Yes, thank you, Mr. Kadich. Officer Blight.
Okay.
Private chat. They're getting naked.
Playing
They're
naked
taking a
pussy.
crap.
The testimony given this.
Your name, please.
LYKG,
All right, and how are you employed, sir?
employed at Warren Correction Institution,
How long have you been employed there?
a little over 2 years.
Okay, in what capacity are you employed?
Corrections officer.
All right, and you are here today because you were on duty on July the 23rd of 2024, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, tell us where you were assigned on that day
3 Alpha,
and where physically within the prison, where is 3 Alpha located versus 3 Bravo?
it is right next to 3 Bravo, to where
Okay,
they're connected.
all right, and you had occasion to be involved in an incident that happened in 3 Bravo, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so tell us how you became involved in the incident.
Officer Roman informed me that there was possibly a weapon in that inmate's cell. So for his
Officer
safety
Roman and his partner,
I got
Officer
called over
Friend.
to help search the cell for the possibility. of a
Sorry, I
weapon.
couldn't help myself.
Okay, is that pretty standard to call a third officer in for a weapon search?
Yes.
Okay, and when you went over there, what did you do?
When I went over there, Officer Roman told Mr. Thomas and his cellie to step out of the cell. They searched him, and they told him to have a seat in the day room. And then me and Officer Roman went into the cell to search.
So you were the ones who actually, you and Roman were the ones who went in the cell, correct? All right, where was Officer Sycamore during this?
He was outside of the cell, watching us, and also watching the 2 IPs that were in the day room.
Okay, and by IPing, you mean incarcerated person?
Incarcerated person. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
that's okay, that's prison shorthand, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-oh. Welcome, Hella.
I'm here.
You are here. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Hang on. I'm just gonna update the layout.
Hello.
Oh.
Hella, how come you're not helping those guys film airplanes right now? I thought you were part of their. I thought you were there. Don't you guys all live next to each other? Or helping Carl Jobs edit videos? Like
That's why
aren't
you did send me down there. I'm sorry. I've been a bit busy.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll go down there tomorrow.
There you go.
How are you, Sean?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, all right.
So have you been watching this?
I missed the last 15 minutes. What happened?
Okay. Nothing major.
Basically, the guards were the biggest assholes imaginable to this guy, and once again, that's enough. Sometimes remember, the jury needs somebody to hate, and these guys are looking like people to hate.
Did you?
So-
Okay, but they're not the ones on trial.
No, but
Mm,
if they're the guys who caused the problems, and remember, these guys, like, are these the guys who started the fight? Are they a bunch of assholes? Were they picking on dudes in the are they picking on the inmates? Nobody likes bullies.
Okay, well, this is Warren County, and in Warren County, lots of people do get found not guilty.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Warren County is interesting because it's a very Republican county.
Yeah.
Very interesting. We have
Yeah.
seen not guilties out of here
A lot.
when we're not expecting not guilties out of here.
It's kind of like the
Which would be
reverse.
nice, God, because we don't.
Duh.
No one else gets it. It's just like the
Every,
Bermuda triangle of
up
verdicts.
up this way, man. Everybody's leaving on a jet plane.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, like generally, it'd be like, well, fuck him, he's a prisoner and he was doing wrong, so fucking he deserved to be
yeah,
smashed up.
but
Yeah.
but now these guys sound like fucking dickheads, and
Well, they are.
yeah.
And
So this most recent one. So okay, so what I was observing beforehand in chat was that there are like 5 guards, and this dude has managed to overpower them somehow.
Well,
Like, what's wrong with them?
well, I mean, there's the fact he's going like if he's getting the jump on them, he's bigger than they are, and they have a like. I mean, there's that helps a lot, and there's also he could have some tard strength, and just like if you want to fucking hurt somebody, I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot to say there. Like when you're in this to win it, and they're just like, we would need to restrain him. Because remember, they're also trained to use only the appropriate amount of force. So this isn't like Shawshank where they just beat everybody into a coma and it's like, okay, sector pacified. Like they have limits on how they can use and employ force.
Hadn't they already sprayed him?
yeah.
Yes.
Going. Like, this dude is a beast.
Pepper spray and all that stuff, it's like a taser. It doesn't always work.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's jokes I could say here about why do certain shades of men cry during sex, but I won't go down that. I won't tell that joke.
F5 or F1?
What's that, Hella?
You remember the Cardi B trial? Remember the
Yeah.
Yep, F1 to F5.
Oh yeah.
You can use that scale.
Oh,
It was the plastic surgeon who did the
yeah.
Fitzsimmons scale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Connor, honestly, other than Cummings' trial, I don't think any not guilties in Warren County have really surprised me. Dude, every not guilty surprises me.
Mm.
So anyway, let's keep going.
And honestly, I think it's a good thing that there are these and they're happening, and
Yeah.
It's good to see, the state being challenged.
Yes.
An amazing.
All right. So when you were in the cell, we've gone
Also, Dally, I
over
messaged
a lot
you
of this
on
already.
the end.
So some items, contraband items were taken, correct?
Okay.
All right. And there's, my understanding is there was some hooch or homemade wine taken, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you all confiscated some pillows as well, correct?
Yeah.
All right. And you confiscated a couple of fans. So let's talk about the fans. Tell me under what circumstances, how did you end up taking those fans?
The fans were altered because they don't have a cover, and when they get issued their fans, they get state IDs on the back of them that has the individual's name and number, seeking that it belongs to them.
Okay.
That's how they cut down on
Are there
thievery.
times when you find well, let me back up a little bit. Have you done other cell searches in your time at Warren?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are there times when you do cell searches that you may find property that does not belong to an inmate in their cell? Do you understand my question? Like you might find Joe's property in John's cell. Is that fair? Okay. Are
You're
they
not allowed
allowed
to
to
do
have items that aren't their property in their cell? Okay. So that's part of an example of an item that you would take?
Yes.
Okay. Now, that aside, regardless of if it's Joe's property or John's property, hypothetically, if something is in an altered state, such as the fan that you just described, does it matter whose property it is?
Objection leading.
I'll sustain the objection. Rephrase.
If an item is in an altered state, do you check?
Wait, what
to see
jury's
whose property
deliberating?
That is.
This jury.
Like, see,
okay.
step out of the cell and be like, whose fan is this? Is that what you mean? Or
In any
Yeah.
manner.
Closing was after lunch.
No, usually I just take.
They've been out for 3 hours. That's good for him.
Turn contraband in when we search cells and take it to the vault.
And they didn't want to go home.
Searching.
Okay. So you wouldn't
Fuck
necessarily take the time to find out whose property it was? Is that your testimony? Yes. Okay. All right. So when did you first become aware that something was amiss with the defendant out in the day room?
When
I think he's testifying next.
I heard him getting a little loud with Officer
Oh, he
Sigma,
testifies.
disrespectful
Yep.
towards him. I did look out just to make sure if everything was okay.
You have to.
I went back to
Yeah,
Sigma cell,
buddy.
and then about 5 minutes later, I heard the water cooler and a loud bang in the day room.
Okay. And what did you think when you heard that?
At that point, I stepped out to observe that the water cooler was tipped over, and I can hear you. Raise that question again. Like, what did I
When
think?
you heard the loud bang in the day room, what did you think? What did you do?
I stepped out at that time to hear what the loud commotion was, and then at that time I observed the water cooler was on the floor. It was originally on the table, and Mr. Thomas getting aggressive towards Officer Sigma, myself, and Roman.
So what did you do at that point?
At that point, me, Officer Roman, and Officer Sigma started giving directives for Mr. Thomas to cuff up
And why did you give those directives?
because he was in a blanket fighting stance. His fists were balled up, and since he was becoming aggressive for our safety, we wanted to put him in hand restraints.
Okay. And he obviously did not comply at that point, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How many times do you think you personally issued the command to cuff up?
About 4.
Okay.
Because you give them 3 and then a final directive to comply.
Okay. You give them 3 and then a final directive. Okay. Where does that number come from? Is that a policy?
Yes. What we're taught when we first start, you give them 3 chances to comply, and then if they fail to do so, you give them that final one, and then if they don't comply, you deploy OC.
You deploy OC. Okay. And so this is part of your training.
Yes.
Okay. And is this is training when you're first hired on at the prison?
Yes.
Okay. Put on by the prison itself? Where does this training come from?
We learn it from the academy. They tell us, they go over all of our uses of force, everything we're taught up there. Then when we come back to the institution, they show us how they do everything.
Okay. Like
Because we're
your
on-
hands-on phase,
Yeah,
right?
OJT, they teach us.
What's that?
OJT,
What's that?
on job training.
On the job training. Okay. All right. So you're at the academy first.
Yes.
How long do you spend at the academy?
I spent 4 months up there.
Okay. Is that typical?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're assigned to your particular prison at that
Yeah,
point.
so it's 4 weeks up at the academy, and then 2 weeks on the job training, and then after that, they start putting you in housing units.
I'm sorry. I thought you said 4 months.
No, I'm sorry. No, it's 4 weeks
4
up at the
weeks.
academy, and then 2 weeks back at the institution. You're with a coach, which is an officer who's been there long enough to teach you.
That's not a
everything
very
you know.
long time
Kind
at
of like a field
all.
training
Yes,
officer
yes.
for a law enforcement, correct? Okay. All right. So it's 4 weeks at the academy, not 4 months.
Yeah, my bad.
Gotcha. That's okay. All right.
I mean, think
so
about
part of your
that.
academy
Think
training
about
that.
is learning about use of force and
It's 6 weeks total, and you're a full-time CO operating on the tiers. Like for
Yeah.
a cop, the training course is like basically like I know a guy's about to start one. He's the Ohio Police Academy, Basic Police Academy is like 22 weeks long. Like think about how much shorter that is. It's a
Yeah.
very, 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 very short time span. If you guys were not aware, it's super short.
Yeah.
And especially if you're really dumb to start off with, right?
Well, yeah, that too. Yes.
Mm.
And I imagine they get a lot of the police academy rejects.
I don't know about
Yeah.
that.
Well,
Sometimes, maybe. Like I said, I know a lot of COs that are actually really good at their jobs and treat
Sure.
people with respect. So I don't know if I'll go that far at times.
That's fair.
But I get what you're saying.
So you are trained particularly 3 commands, and then you give a quote unquote final directive. Okay. And we've heard that on the video. So you gave Mr. Thomas the final directive, right?
Yes.
Okay. And if they don't comply, then is when the OC spray breaks out. Okay. Is there a time frame? Like, are you supposed to say cuff up and then, okay, I'm going to give you 10 seconds or 15 seconds to comply. And then if he doesn't comply, say cuff up. How does that time frame work?
Objection. Overruled. Go ahead and answer.
So how I do it is cuff up. Usually the individual tries to say why. So I'll tell you, hear him say, puff up, puff up. I give him about 3 seconds, and then I give him that final directive. But before I deploy, I activate my camera. So I'm
You activate your camera, is that what you said?
Yes, so
Okay.
I'm trying to give him a little bit more of a chance before I disperse.
Okay, and by camera, you mean your body worn camera?
My body worn camera, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and why do you activate your camera?
So that's how it's activated during the time frame of what's happening in that time frame.
In case something happens?
Yes.
So as part of your training in the academy, then you said your testimony was just, this is the way that I do it, right? Okay. So is that the way that you're trained at the academy? Is it ever addressed how long you were supposed to give an inmate to comply with orders?
Like, are we talking cuffing up or in general?
In general, anywhere.
So what I've done, and it leads me to my success at the institution, I tell somebody to go lock down. I give them about 5 to 6 seconds, give them another one, and then I cut it in half. And then if they don't listen, I give them that final warning to lock down or do what they need to do. And then I start the cuffing up procedure.
Okay. So you may give them a little more time after the first command and then decrease it
Yes.
each following.
Yes.
Okay.
Ask,
that what you
tell,
did with
make,
Mr. Thomas?
chat.
But during the time since he was showing signs of aggression, and for our safety, I was just trying to hurry up and get him in cuffs. So that's how all this could have been avoided.
No, that didn't work.
Okay. Was there a sense of urgency in this particular instance?
Yes.
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 Okay. All right. So let's go back to the OC spray. So he did not follow the final directive to cuff up, and you utilized your OC spray.
Yes, ma'am.
You're trained on OC spray at the academy as well.
No,
All right.
the
Is
guy
there a
before that.
particular manner in which OC spray that you were trained to deploy OC spray? Meaning, is there are you supposed to be a certain distance? Is it supposed to be a certain time? That kind of thing.
So the distance is 6 feet, which I feel like we were around 6 feet when we deployed it.
Okay.
I usually hold it for about 2 seconds and then I stop.
Okay. And is that something that are you trained to hold it for 2 seconds?
Yes.
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 Okay. So that's the regulation?
Yes.
All right. Is that what you did with Mr. Thomas?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So what happened after you deployed your OC spray?
After the OC was deployed, he walked away from me, Officer Roman and Officer Sigma, to the main door of 3 Bravo.
Okay.
And at that point, I saw Officer Sigma, my bad, have his cuffs in his hands
Officer
to try to screw
Sigma.
Mr. Thomas in him. So
And
all I did, I
Beta.
put my hand on his back. And then next thing I know, he
Does he grind, sir?
turned and got aggressive towards us.
What is his
And
grind set?
you've seen your body camera and the body cameras of all the other officers, correct? We're not going to replay them over and over again, but we have seen a clip where there's a hand that goes on Mr. Thomas's back.
Yes.
You saying that's your hand?
Yes.
When you placed your hand on his back, did you push him into the door?
They don't really.
Did you shove his head into the door?
Yeah, because my hand went to the middle where the shoulder blades are, about right here.
Okay, like in the center of his
No
back.
one wants to see
Okay.
your moves.
Did you push him in any manner, in any like forward manner?
The only time I would say probably a forward manner was when he turned and I grabbed right here and I was trying to hold on to him to make sure he wasn't trying to swing on us more.
My
Now,
question just is
This is
about the
where when
initial
they're making
contact,
their hand
when
gestures,
you're
that
placing
should
your
be
hand.
noted on the record how they're doing it. But
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Yeah, for the
he's
record,
just doing stuff.
let the record reflect the state was waving their hands wildly like a tard.
Yeah. And his,
So
his
noted.
man breasts were showing.
Yeah.
He needs a
And on that,
manzia or a bro.
Never pushed him.
You didn't push him. Okay. What was the purpose of placing your hand on his back?
Just so at that time he knew one of us was there in case something would happen.
Oh, half Irish. How do you avoid affecting everybody? You
That's how
don't.
Officer Roman
Mace
and
gets
Sigma could put
everywhere.
him in
Everybody gets hit with it.
There
It's
was
like
some,
using tear gas. Everyone's affected.
yeah, there was some testimony about that. That
Yeah.
they
There's
just all-
nothing that you can do about that. Everybody's gonna get hit.
yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. At this point, are you being affected by the OC spray that's been deployed?
I was for a quick
Well,
second. It got
he
in my
is,
right eye
David.
because it was still kind of airborne with
Jesus, David, thank you. Is it just me, or does Sal look like the unwanted child sitting at the opposite side of the table from his disappointed parents? Thank you, David, as always.
Well, I'm sitting over here so I can give Sean like
Yeah.
a nice cuddle.
There you go.
Everyone wants to cuddle Sean. So.
Christ, David.
probably Roman spray.
Sounds like a self-report for
Could you see at
David.
that point?
Yes, I could see perfectly fine. Yes.
Okay. All right. So once you place your hand on his back and Officer Sycamore comes at him and tries to cuff him, what happens?
I believe I heard him say, "Don't fucking touch me." And then at this point, he turned to the right. Then at this point, at a quick second decision, I grabbed him, trying to secure him and put him on the ground.
Okay. And you're making a motion like up towards your shoulders.
Yeah,
Can
I
you
agree.
describe what you did for me?
So I grabbed under his arms so he couldn't try to move his arms as much, so we could try to secure him.
And did that work?
No.
Okay. What happened next?
Next thing I know, I see Roman
Had to go
grab his
black
jaw,
tape.
and I see Sigma on the floor.
Okay.
And then I slipped off, and then he turned and punched Officer Sigma in the face multiple times.
Okay. So I'll do that?
Yes.
All right. And what were you doing at that point?
At this point, since it seemed like physical force wasn't working, I did what we were taught, and I grabbed our OC spray off the floor, and I deployed more to try to gain more compliance.
And did that work?
No.
All right. So what happened then?
At this point, me, Officer Roman, and Officer Sigma tried to secure him. We did display closed fist strikes to his face and rib region to try to get him to comply. And then next thing I know, Officer Roman was in the chokehold.
Okay. Describe that. What did you see?
So Roman tried to grab his feet or his legs to put him on the ground. And then next thing I know, I see his arm go around his neck, and I hear Roman asking for help.
Okay. You heard him hollering for help?
Yes.
All
And
right,
at this
and-
point, I also saw responding staff. And since I have the keys to that door, I was trying to get them in so we can hurry up and get more help.
Okay. I was going to ask you. So at this point, it's just the three of you, correct?
Yes.
All right. But had staff been alerted that something was going on at that point?
Yes. Once OC was deployed, Officer Roman pulled his man down.
And that's just like
Pulled
emergency
what
button
out?
you guys have?
Yes, on video, I'm pretty sure you can hear signal 3, Officer Roman 3 Bravo. At that point, it's our man down that somebody needs help.
Okay. That goes across the whole campus. So you
Our
can
control center.
Unlike
lets
at
everybody-
hedonism when
Alright.
it's man down and
Okay,
everybody
then you
comes
see him
running for
pushed
fun.
against this door, right? Or the scuffle kind of
Yeah.
right against this door.
Oh, baby.
This is the door that leads out to the yard.
Yes,
Okay. All right. And this is the door that responding staff are coming through?
yes.
All right. And you said you were the only one with keys?
So the other officers do have keys.
Whoa,
but
sir,
since
don't do the
Officer
Elon
Sig-
there.
Officer Roman was in the chokehold.
Whoa,
The other officer,
And you said you were the only one with keys?
that's a full-on
Officer
salute.
Kind there.
the other officers do have keys. But Officer Roman was in the chokehold, and Officer Sigma was trying
Sir.
to help him. And since they're both related,
My
to each
heart
other,
was going out to
I
you.
have the keys.
Und
And
das
I'm next door. I'd
heißt,
be the first one through that door.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
If not, control center has to
Erica.
operate.
Gotcha.
yeah,
Or
they
you
have
go down
people
and
who
yard
do that in prison. They're just
So
normally not the
you were able to
guards.
open the door?
I was about ready to, and then next thing I know, I believe a yard officer
It's
popped
inclusivity.
Okay.
He
They're
is kind of a
around the
skinhead.
facility at the right time. Yes.
All right. So that's when we see the other officers coming through the door on the video.
He ain't
Okay,
a
I understand.
Peckerwood though.
That's
Okay. So
true.
at that point, then what happens?
He ain't in the wood pile.
I hear Roman asking for help. Everybody was delivering close fist strikes to the ribs and the face due to him having Officer Roman in a deadly chokehold. One of the officers was able to get his hand under where his forearm was on Officer Roman's throat,
Mhm.
and I was able to pull Roman out of there
Okay.
before they took him to the ground. Yes.
All right. So you were able to get him out.
Yes.
Okay. And then after you got him free, what did you do?
I made sure Roman was good, and I stayed back while the other officers were securing him since he was already on the ground with 8 other officers.
Okay.
Mm.
And he was ultimately secured.
Yes.
All right. So after this kind of wraps up, Mr. Thomas
They
is
secured his
secured.
penis.
What is the next step in the process? What are you doing?
What did I do personally?
Yep.
I went back to my unit to do a signal 22, which is our institutional count. After I got told we had a good count and count cleared, I left to go to medical.
Okay. You got checked out by medical?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have any injuries as a result?
Always got to do the
All right.
count.
Now let's talk about the paperwork that happens when incidents happen in the institution. Okay. Did you have to fill out any paperwork?
Yes.
All right. Tell me about that. What did you fill out?
I had to fill out a use of force packet, what we do after there's
Use
an
of
incident.
force packet.
Okay. And you did
Yes.
that, correct? All right.
You know, you see,
what else? Anything
anytime you
else?
deploy force, you have to document it.
Yeah, but a
Just
packet, not just
Yeah.
like
You're gonna have to
pages.
you fill out every single thing that happened. What did you use? How did you use it? How much of it did you use? Like everything. Cops have to do that when they use their taser. What did we use? How distance? What was the effect? You have to document everything. Like, did the guy require medical attention? Like, yeah, you have to document everything, especially in prison. But yeah, use of force needs to be documented.
I would think a pamphlet would have been better. But yeah, sure, packet.
or trifold.
Trifold.
That was it?
That
Or
way I
torture
did do a
cages.
ticket on the who, Chan, on everything that happened.
Okay. What's a ticket?
A ticket is what they get on their, I want to say like their prison record where
By they, do you mean the inmates?
yes.
Okay.
So like
Forced
on our
ticket.
computer, we type in RIB1, then we
Yeah.
put in what time it happened,
hmm
and then he got a
You can have a couple of tickets. It's not the end of the world. Is that what you're saying? Oh, why are these juries not inmates? Normal people are not their peers. That's it's the same reason why we don't let them vote, because then they'd vote never to go to prison.
Fair.
It's like the joke in Starship Troopers. You don't get to vote when you're in the military because you might vote not to go to war.
That's fair.
Oh, is it,
So,
like, is
but
it
hell, you're
like-
asking about the tickets.
Oh no, it's all
Oh.
right. But no, it's actually, and I understand why you can't have prisoners on the jury, but
Mhm.
it's a fair point because, like, we've watched a couple of these now
Yeah.
where it's prison trials,
Mhm.
and so many of the situations that are being testified to are to do with prison culture, and the jury can't know what prison culture is.
Yeah.
Like, it's
But this
very
is where
difficult.
your attorney does a good job of explaining it and has to do.
Yeah. So yeah, it's tricky, and especially because, like, the defendant's usually a prisoner,
Yeah.
and they have a court-appointed attorney, and you get the luck of the draw, basically, of how good of an attorney you have that can help you explain it. So this one seems to be pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these guys this seems to be not his first rodeo on top of everything.
hooch ticket, creating a disturbance,
Be right back.
fighting, and he got something else, but I don't remember.
Okay. So a ticket, it's kind of like a complaint that goes to the RIB board, right? Okay. And you're the one that filled it out in this case.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's talk about, go back and talk about this search a little bit, this self-search. All right. After, in a normal situation where a search is not interrupted by some incident, as we have here, after you search a cell, are you required to fill out any sort of log?
Contraband slip?
Contraband
Yes.
slip? Okay. All right. And did you do that in this case?
I did not.
To your knowledge, you may or may not know the answer to this, was there one completed?
I do not. No, not to my knowledge, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Would you consider the search of Mr. Thomas's cell to have been completed?
Objection. Overruled.
No, since we were only halfway through and we had to stop due to the incident.
Okay. So had that incident not occurred, would you have kept searching that cell for a while longer?
Yes.
So you were interrupted?
Yes.
All right. So after everything kind of calmed down and was back to normal, do you know what happened to the property that was taken from Mr. Thomas's cell and bagged up?
No, ma'am.
You don't know who would have dealt with that?
No, ma'am.
But you did not personally?
Nope.
Okay. All right. And you said you responded to medical. You didn't go to the hospital or anything, though, right?
No,
You
ma'am.
stayed on duty. Okay. And at some point, did you give a statement to Trooper Clance?
No,
No,
not to
didn't
my knowledge. No.
You don't remember talking to him at all? Okay. All right. Okay, Officer Blythe, I think that's all the questions I have for you. I will pass it to Mr. Owen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and take a break now. Remember what I previously told you. You do not know enough about this case to begin discussing it amongst yourselves, and you do not have enough
Ilya,
to begin forming opinions about how the case should be decided.
keep
We're
on.
going to take about a 15-minute recess. I was thinking that Ms. Kuroko would be back by now, but apparently she is getting our next hearing set up. I hear her maybe coming. So Ms. Kuroko, you can take the jury out.
Okay.
0 days of jail time credit.
Have there been anything in those,
Sorry.
This is where David brings up a point, and I mention this all the time too. Does this make society safe for prosecuting this man? You know, because I mean, I think there's a lot here. Like, okay, yeah, he shouldn't have been allowed to do it, but at some point, why do we have guards who are fucking with people like this?
Yeah.
You know, why isn't that being addressed? Why can these guards fuck with a guy and nothing happens? So
100%. Also, I don't really understand how he could not be guilty in this.
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so
Self-defense.
oh, okay.
They go for the self-defense. That's why he testifies.
Okay.
It's more akin to though jury nullification.
There's yeah, I mean that's really what it's gonna be. Is this guy's such a fucking dickhead? These
Mm,
guys are such dickheads that nobody feels bad for him.
Yeah.
Remember, like I said, Hella, you have to show somebody there's a big bad guy and there's a guy
Yeah.
to hate.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
in this situation, the guys to hate are these asshole COs that, you know what, these guys are in prison. Okay, great. Yeah. But we don't put COs out there to fuck with people. Like we don't want
Yep.
the guards from Shawshank. Like those guys were pieces of shit. Like
Yep.
they may be prisoners, but they aren't, you have to,
They're
are
still
we
human.
not men?
Yeah.
Basically.
I don't
Yes.
like what's happened, but what I'm trying to say
Mhm.
is that they have evidence that he like chokehold one of the
Yeah.
officers. They have evidence that he smacked them, so he did assault them.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
okay, so for self-defense, did they come at him first?
Well,
Like-
did he have a reason? Were they the ones who didn't instigate? Like, there's factors in Ohio. It's, were you the ones at fault for creating the incident?
Yeah.
And then did
Okay.
he use the proportional amount of force to relieve himself from that threat of bodily harm and injury?
Okay.
So,
Let me just ask you about the decision to take the fans, because everything else is on the video. Your view is that you have discretion about whether you're going to take some contraband or not?
Yes.
But that discretion isn't unlimited, is it?
Can you repeat that? Like, what do you mean?
Well, you can't decide to take someone's property to punish them, right?
You can.
Your testimony is that you can take their property to punish inmates.
Not punishing if it's contraband.
But sometimes you take it, sometimes you don't, right? Okay. So or is it your view that you have unlimited discretion then about whether you're going to take property that's contraband or not?
Depends on the contraband, yes.
Okay. So for example, would you be able to let me back up. So major contraband, you're going to take that every time, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's the minor contraband we're talking about, right? The fans and the pillows falls into the minor contraband category, right? Okay. So it would be inappropriate, for example, for you to say, I'm going to take minor contraband from all the black inmates, but not take it from all the white inmates.
No.
You couldn't do that, right?
No,
Racist.
we have to be firm, fair, and consistent and treat all inmates with respect.
Okay. And so
see, now pause that.
You were the
Notice
one
he
who said-
can explain it.
Mm.
Notice he can explain it.
Yeah.
Fair, firm, and consistent with everyone. Those
Yeah.
other guys, I just
Mhm.
you don't be mean to people. It's like this guy is now helping reinforce all the things there. So yeah, you can get extra time for contraband, yeah, depending on what you have.
Gotcha.
Makes sense.
And David, you're
So you
saying,
took
oh,
the
so yesterday they testified you can't do this for punishment. Okay, well, I mean that's the thing, because you don't want to create instances of punishment. People start fighting and increasing a volatile and violent environment. So, yeah, there's incentives not to do that.
Gotcha.
Sorry, continue.
No, you're good.
Okay, sorry.
and
No, no.
make that quote. They want to run their mouths. Fuck. That was you, right?
All that.
No other questions? Anything else for this witness?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, he says
It's
that
okay.
on
It's pretty
camera.
good.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
What did he say? Missed it.
He
You
said
wanna
they
run
want to
your
run their
mouth.
mouths. Fuck them. It's like, oof. There you go.
Next witness?
Good to go back to work.
Yes, go back to work.
State calls starting.
You swear from the testimony you'll give.
All right, sir, when you get settled up there, give us your name, spell your last name for the record, please.
Kyle Flons, KLONTZ,
And how are you employed?
the Ohio State Highway Patrol Office of Criminal Investigations.
All right, and how long have you been with the Highway Patrol?
13 years.
All right, and what is your current job duties with the Highway Patrol?
I am a sergeant of the Office of Criminal Investigation in the Jackson District.
All right, and you just recently received that promotion, correct?
That's correct.
So how long have you been in that position?
About a month now.
About a month. Well, congratulations, you've made a month. All right. Prior to that, what was your job duties?
I was a trooper in the Office of Criminal Investigations in the Cincinnati district.
Okay, and tell them what your duties entailed in that particular position.
Any crime at a state-owned facility such as Warren Correctional, Lebanon Correctional, Summit Behavioral, any crime in those institutions, we would investigate and present to the jury, grand jury.
Okay. Was it your sole responsibility to investigate things that happened in the prisons, or did you have other?
No,
responsibilities?
anything on the road that would go outside the scope of a day-to-day trooper, anything that would take a longer time than a day of investigation, we would follow up, write warrants, help collect evidence, anything of that nature.
Okay. So how long did you hold that position?
7 years.
So how often, rough estimate, do you think you would be investigating an incident that happened in the prison?
Multiple times a week.
Multiple times a week. Took up a lot of your time, correct?
That's correct.
All right. So while you had other responsibilities, fair to say a lot of your time was spent in the prisons.
That's correct.
Poor you.
So turning to July the 23rd of last
What'd
year,
you
you
say,
were employed in
Helen?
that capacity with OSP,
Said
correct?
poor you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And you had occasion to become involved in the investigation we've been talking about here.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us what happened. How did you become involved initially?
We were our office was contacted by investigator Kevin Shamlin, who you guys got to see yesterday, in reference to two corrections officers that were sent out to the prison the night before, were sent out to the hospital for injury
Can
sustained.
you
from being
pause real
assaulted
quick?
by an
Maddie asked
inmate.
a question.
I responded.
Yeah, Maddie was asking about the Graham factors. That's for use of force for like police and whether or not it's justifiably reasonable in a like federal context. So no, he wouldn't have Graham factors. He literally just has basic self-defense factors. Of was he at fault for creating the situation? Was he the aggressor? Did he use the appropriate level of force? Now he's being charged with felonious assault, meaning he used force that was causing serious bodily harm.
Strangulation.
And strangulation, so potentially lethal force.
Yeah.
There is a standard for lethal and non-lethal, or deadly and non-deadly force. So
To the prison on the 24th with Trooper Christopher Creech to conduct interviews, collect any evidence if possible, and get copies of the video. While there on the 24th, I attempted to interview inmate Thomas. Sorry.
You met with inmate Thomas?
Yes, met with him.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
You met with him, and then
Yeah.
what else did you do?
Also spoke with the cellmate.
Spoke with the cellmate as well.
That's
Okay,
correct.
perfect. Now you said Trooper Creech was with you.
Yes.
Is it common that you guys are partnered up, right?
Yes, he was my backup officer.
Okay, so when you go to investigate something, there's two of you that always goes out to do it, correct?
A fair amount of time.
Fair amount of times. Okay, divide and conquer kind of
Correct.
thing, right? All right. So you said you responded the day after the incident,
That's
correct?
correct.
All right. Do you remember what time of day you went out there?
I don't recall. I'm sorry.
That's okay. All right. So what happened? What initial information did you have when you responded out there?
The initial information was just that two corrections officers were sent to the hospital. One was held in a chokehold, and that had spawned from a cell search going bad.
All right. So when you got there, you attempted to meet with defendant and his cellmate, correct?
That's correct.
And you said you were able to or at least retrieve videos from investigator Chamberlain, correct? All right. Anything else that you did on site that day?
No, ma'am. We were unable to interview the corrections officers at the time. They were off work.
They were off work. Okay. Did you follow up on that?
Yes, we did.
All right. And were you eventually able to speak with both Officer Sigma and Officer Romine?
Trooper Creech actually responded to the prison at a later date and conducted the interviews.
Okay. We got statements from them
That's
that we've heard about, obviously.
Yes.
How about the other officers that were involved that we've seen on these videos? Did you make any attempt to speak with any of them?
No, we had collected the use of force documents from the prison and used that as we figured that would suffice.
Okay. So that's part of the documentation that you get in your investigation as well, correct? Any use of force paperwork that may have been filed out.
Yes, ma'am.
And you did the RID stuff too, correct?
That's correct.
All right. Had there been anything in those use of force reports from the other officers that you would have found significant? Would you have made attempts to talk to them at a later time?
If there was anything significant, yes, we would have attempted to contact them.
But you didn't find that in this particular case. Okay. When you get these videos from the prisons, did you have an opportunity in this particular case to watch them?
Yes.
Real quick, the
you were gonna
Charges.
bring. I was gonna grab this, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's already got aggravated robbery, aggravated burglary. Those are 3 to 11 on each one of those. Out of Akron, he only got 4 years. That's nice. He only got 4 years. Felonious assault, he got 4 years, and so he's got 4 and 4 is 8. The felonious assault, one of those is the felonious assaults are concurrent. It looks like. Keep scrolling. Yeah, so it looks like he's got, and the thing is, chat, you see down here, he's got plus 12. Those 3 things are 9-year gun specs.
Hmm.
So that means he's got 9 years of mandatory prison time that has to be served before he's even eligible to be released. He cannot be
Nice.
released till the gun specs are yeah.
So
So
that's like 21 years.
yeah, sounds about right.
Okay, so and then he was sentenced in July of 2018. So
Yep. Yep.
gotcha.
And how old is this guy? Scroll if we can find out.
19.
1987.
38.
Oh, he's our age. He's a
Yeah.
millennial.
Wow.
He's at the Ohio State Penitentiary. Ooh, yeah, I bet he is now. After this incident.
Yeah. Yeah, they moved him the next day.
Yeah, that's the max security.
Yeah.
And review them?
Yes.
Okay, so you watched all the body cams?
Yes.
Watch the eye in the sky surveillance video?
Yes.
And take those particular pieces of evidence into consideration when you're investigating your case?
That's correct.
Okay. So let's talk about your mindset when you go in to investigate these. Okay. There's been some testimony, or perhaps it was an opening statement, about OSP investigating corrections officers.
That's correct.
Okay. Is that part of your duties?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me about that.
Anytime there's an incident that occurs in which there would be a corrections officer that's either dereliction of duty or stepping outside the bounds of their duties, conveying into the prison, we will investigate that.
Okay. Have you had occasion to investigate situations where that has occurred, like you're going in to investigate an assault situation on a corrections officer and you see something that leads you down a different path?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me about that. What would you do in that situation?
Well, in that situation, we would do what we normally do, conduct interviews with both inmate and corrections officer. But once we got to the point of finding out further evidence of that would lead to a criminal charge against a corrections officer, we'd re-interview them, Mirandize them, let them know that they were going to be the subject of in the investigation.
Okay. And interview them in a different capacity at that point.
That's correct.
Okay. Did you see anything in your review of this case and the review of the footage that led you in that direction in this particular investigation?
I'll sustain the objection. Jury will disregard the question and the answer.
Who ended up being charged as a result of this investigation?
Inmate Thomas.
I have no further questions for you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Strangle, you may inquire.
Thank you. Sir, what year did you graduate the academy?
2013, sir.
And while you're at the academy, you learned some of the core values of the Highway Patrol.
That's
Was he
correct.
6?
Those are pretty important.
Yes, sir.
One of those is attention to detail.
Yes, sir.
And what is attention to detail?
Paying attention to the details.
So when you do an investigation, every detail matters, then, right?
That's correct.
Okay, you're supposed to gather all the evidence you can.
Yes, sir.
I hate doing
but you
DUIs
don't
where
know
the
what might be
troopers are
further
involved because they're very good.
Mm.
And when you watch videos, for example, you're looking at every detail of those videos, right? You're watching them closely.
Yes, sir.
Because you want to check out everything that happened in there
Yes, sir.
and see what you can confirm.
Correct.
Okay. And paperwork's important too. Paperwork has to be thorough.
Yes, sir.
There's also a core
like
value
it.
of urgency, right?
Yes, sir.
What does that mean?
Take care of your business in a sensible, urgent manner.
And when you do an investigation, sometimes time is important, right? Memories
Yes.
fade.
Yes.
Okay. Statements made a day or two after the event are sometimes better than statements months after the event.
Yes, sir.
And you mark down everything you do too, right?
How
In
do
your
you
report.
mean?
You create a report of what
Yeah,
you did,
take
right?
notes. Yes, sir.
And it's important to include in the report every detail of what you did.
Yes, sir.
Because this happens over a year ago and you might have to come into court and testify, right?
Correct.
And so you want to make sure it's all in there. So let's work backwards. In your investigation, you reviewed officers Romine and Sycamore, right?
What do you mean reviewed?
Or I'm sorry, you interviewed them.
Trooper Creech did. Yes, sir.
Okay, Trooper Creech. So the Highway Patrol, we'll call it Highway Patrol, right?
Yes, sir.
And those interviews occurred, if I'm looking at the report right, approximately the first week of August of 2024. August 6th. Your report is on tab I.
Yes, sir, I'm aware. Just flipping through it.
minutes.
Definitely correct, sir.
So that was how many? So that was what? 12, 13 days after the incident, right?
That's correct, sir.
But on the day after the incident, you got copies of the videotapes
That's correct.
and you watched some of those videotapes, right?
Yes, sir.
And so you saw, for example, in those videotapes that there was a dispute about the fans.
Yes, sir.
Did you save those fans as evidence?
No, sir.
Did There was also a dispute about the pillows. Did you save those pillows?
No, sir.
Did you obtain any evidence logs, or I'm not sorry, evidence logs? Did you obtain any contraband
No,
logs?
sir.
And you also saw there were a number of other officers who responded to the scene, right?
Yes, sir.
For example, Officer Blythe was actually there at the beginning. You didn't interview him.
No, sir.
Officer Dunaway responded to the scene. You didn't interview him.
No, sir. We interviewed Officer Romine and Officer Sigma.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure that we're not missing anyone, right?
No,
So
sir.
there was Officer Robinson. You didn't interview Officer Robinson, right?
Correct.
You didn't interview Officer Nick.
Correct.
You didn't interview Officer Bush.
Correct.
You didn't interview Officer Robertson.
That's correct.
You didn't interview Officer Ballard.
No, sir.
You didn't interview Officer Anderson.
No, sir.
Did you interview the supervisors who were on duty at that?
No, sir.
Oops.
Did you
Well, that's
consult
very
any
thorough.
experts about this?
No, sir.
Who did we interview?
Anything else for this witness?
Just briefly. Sergeant, have you ever heard the term cost benefit analysis?
Yes, I've heard it.
Tell the jury why you did not interview, I think you've already testified, but tell them again, why did you not interview all these other officers?
The importance of Officer Romine and Sigma to the interview process were because they sustained the injuries that occurred. Officer Blythe and all the other officers that responded that completed the use of force packets, we collected the use of force packets and submitted those as evidence.
Okay. Did you collect any DNA on this case?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
I didn't see the need to.
Okay. Did you collect any fingerprints on this case?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
Wasn't relevant.
Okay. Was identity an issue in this case?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Those are tools that law enforcement would use.
This
perhaps
is-
in a case that
She's doing a
identity
good job here
would be
about
an
that.
issue. Is that fair to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Why didn't you collect pillows that we've been talking about for 2 days now?
Well, the pillows weren't relevant to the assault in which I was there to investigate. Also, as far as I know, the search of the cell was not completed. So I have no idea where the pillows went after the incident escalated to the assault.
Okay. How about the fans?
No, ma'am. Same.
Same answer?
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions, Sergeant. Thank you.
Anything else for this witness?
You're taught it's important to verify things that witnesses say, right?
Yes, sir.
So when the witnesses, particularly Sigma and Romine, told you that the pillows and fans were contraband, what did you do to verify that information?
Well, the prison explained that the altered pillows and altered fans are contraband. Mine are
Okay,
not.
did you look at those pillows and determine whether they actually were altered?
I don't know what happened to the pillows after the incident escalated to the assault, sir.
Did you ask anyone?
No, sir.
Nothing else.
All right, I think it's your you can step down.
Yes, sir.
Next witness?
Your Honor, the state has no further witnesses pending the admission of our evidence. The state is going to rest.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple of little, what I call a TV timeout, which is a quick timeout, 5 minutes. Ms. Kuroko's going to take you out and we'll end speaking. If we could push that chair
Commercial
out of the
break.
way. For Mr. Engel. Remain seated while Ms. Kuroko brings the jury in.
Are there no jury questions in this one?
Not in this one.
Oh, he lets the jury ask questions?
Not in this one, but in others there have been.
Oh, he will let the
Yeah.
jury ask questions?
Not this trial, but I've seen it with other.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's why I just meant like, will this
What?
judge do it?
Why would there be different rules for different trials?
It's up to the judge. Each judge in that courthouse could do it however they want.
You can go ahead and be seated, ladies and gentlemen. You can go ahead and be seated. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the state is now rested. The defense is going to present its case. Mr. Thomas, could you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you will give in these proceedings? Be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? I've got. Yes, sir. All right, go ahead, Mr. Engel.
Good morning, sir. Would you please introduce yourself to the jury?
My name is Thornton Thomas,
How do you spell your name?
Thornton, last name Thomas, Thomas.
A little bit about yourself. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, single parent home. My father was there a couple years. I was abused by my father, so they took us from my father and moved me back to my mom. So that's when my childhood kind of turned crazy. That I was abused physically and mentally. So I grew up real guarded and real angry my whole life.
What's about your family?
My family,
Your family now.
Yeah. Well, I have my mother, I have my kids. Now, what happened with my daughter, my daughter's birthday is July 19th. Her mother passed away July 20th, 3 days before this incident. So my mental health, I've been going through mental health problems a lot. But around that time, my mental health really wasn't there because my child was born on the 19th and her mom died on the 20th, the very next day. And then this incident happened on the 23rd.
Did the corrections officers know about that?
Yes, they knew about it. They knew about it because they called me down there to the chapel to let me know. So when I came back, like they know me at that institution. I've been there almost 6 years. So everybody know me, the major, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody who's been there, that's not a rookie, knows who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because I keep things calm, and I keep things cool on the block. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one they can go to.
He's
if
the pod
gangs
father.
get fighting or get rowdy, they come to me and tell me to calm everybody down. So everybody knows me. And I
Sometimes you're that
How long
guy.
have you been in prison?
I've been in prison 7 years, and I've been there almost 6.
There, meaning Warren Correctional.
More correctional institution.
What'd you do to get sent to prison?
I got sent to prison because my name got caught up in a robbery and a felonious assault because I had a public defender. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't speculate, but I feel like I had a public defender, didn't have no money for a lawyer,
I'm gonna object, Your Honor.
Overrule, go ahead.
I mean, yeah.
but I got locked up.
This is the Shawshank
So
thing.
what
What
have you been
happened?
convicted of?
Lawyer fucked me. It's like,
Felonious
okay.
assault, aggravated
Okay,
robbery.
brother.
Do you have any other
He got
prior
caught
convictions?
up in
Prior
something.
convictions, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
we're all
probably
in
got
this.
caught up
for
in
drugs,
fucking
selling
robbing
drugs.
somebody.
Have you been doing
Yeah,
anything in an
books.
institution, in the institution to try to rehabilitate yourself?
Yes, we're going to college. We're going to college, and we had programs that we was running to help other inmates to get their GED and do programming as far as bettering ourselves. I was teaching a class called "Think Like a Man, Act Like an Adult."
Did you know before this incident, any of the corrections officers involved?
The two, Sycamore and Romney, they just got there. They was on the block. They became a regular. They was there about 2 months, 2, 3 months. And it's like a thing recurring in Warren. It's a lot of the rookies that come in. It's like they be having something to prove. They be extra tough. They talk to us crazy. Don't treat us like we're humans.
Objection, Your Honor.
Overrule.
It's a state of mind.
And it's like, I don't know if they understand. Like they're one step away of being in the same shoes as I'm in. All you need is one mistake. They don't see that. They just see us as inmates, less than human, and they treat us like that because they have the power over us. You know what I'm saying? They tell us what to do, tell us to lock down, shut up, no, you can't eat, go to your cell. You know what I'm saying? Things like that nature. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my vulgar language is should have never happened, but my whole mental state, everything was just heightened because of these two. They was targeting me. I lived upstairs. He knew exactly who I was. He came in.
Mr. Thomas, I'm going to stop you so that Mr. Engel can ask another question.
Okay.
Yeah, let me slow you down and just
Okay.
ask a couple questions just that allows the judge to know whether we get into topics we're not supposed to.
Okay.
Let's focus on Officer Romine. How long have you known him?
I know him since he got there. Well, on that block. They was new to that block for a couple months. And I know he knows me and I know him.
So there's a question about different
He knows
ranges.
me and I know
Is
him.
he in charge of one of the ranges?
He was on charge of the top range. And I stayed on the top range for 3 months before I moved to the bottom. I just moved to the bottom that week of this incident.
Had he ever searched your cell before?
Yes, he searched my cell 3 times at the top, and that was the 4th time at the bottom when we locked down. And they usually do their searches during the day. They come 2 to 10. So they usually do it while they're on shift. You know what I'm saying? During the day. At night, that's not normal.
Okay, well, we'll get to that in a second. During the times that
built
he had
on
searched your cell,
routines.
did you have the same pillows and fans?
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask about those pillows. Were those pillows, how did you get them?
They don't sell them on the institution. They do a fundraiser. They do fundraiser at least 3-4 times out of the year. And every time they do a fundraiser, my child mother would buy me pillows just so she feel like she's connected to me. So she bought me different pillows. They come in different sizes, different colors. You know what I'm saying? Everything. So those pillows that I had came from a fundraiser.
I like the
They
pink
come from the
ones.
institution. It came from a fundraiser that my child's mother paid for.
So these were not homemade pillows?
No, there wasn't.
Okay, so you heard testimony that they were. Was that testimony truthful?
That testimony was not true. If they would actually had the pillows, they would see. And we had
Yeah,
receipts
well,
from
this
the
is the
fundraisers
biggest
to
thing
show
here.
that these pillows came from fundraisers.
Where are these
I-
fucking pictures? Where are the pictures of this shit? And that is a very powerful thing. Am I logged in with my? Yeah, I think I am with my
Yeah.
account. So, anyways, this may be a Sean impersonator. Sorry, I was reading the DM there, but no, this is always a very good thing. You guys didn't take any pictures of this shit. It's easy enough to go click, 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 done. So,
And it's not the 80s. It's not like you have to wait for it to get developed or some shit.
well, that too.
Here's the thing, right? Like how his lawyer could have spoken to him beforehand, or maybe he did, about how he comes off in his
That's
Yeah.
It's they've had that discussion. There's only so much he's gonna
Really?
he's gonna come off how he comes off.
Yeah.
There ain't a whole lot
'cause-
you're going to be able to do
You
there.
can only coach them so much
Yeah, well, that
he's
too.
really coming off
or
aggressive.
prepare.
Yeah, he's not endearing himself to the jury, I wouldn't think.
I
very
think he
much.
is. I think he is. But you're only going to get so much out of people, and he's going to
Mhm.
want to tell you his whole story, just
Sure.
everything out.
Vomit
Yeah.
it out, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Like they're going to understand this guy's a little off and a little different.
And nervous,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Isn't there video? Shouldn't they be able to screenshot? Yeah, probably. Of the pillows. I mean, what do you want? What are we
Maybe,
trying to
maybe
see on
not,
the
but like,
pillows?
but just why haven't they shown pictures of that?
Yeah,
Because we
and
keep talking about these fucking pillows, and yeah, are they just sweaters stuffed with sheets, or are they actually like pillows?
yeah, I mean, what are we trying to prove about the pillows? Just that they exist, or that?
Well, like,
that-
because these guys are making it
Or-
sound like they were contraband. Well, maybe they
Yeah.
weren't contraband.
They were allowed. So
Yeah, were we allowed to have them, or were the guards being assholes?
guards are being
Right.
assholes, taking them away.
Yeah,
Okay.
they
Because-
took away our snuggling options.
Because like they're from his baby mama, and his baby mama's dead.
Yeah.
They're very precious to him. Blah blah
Yes.
blah. Yeah.
So-
Okay.
How long have you had those pillows?
I had those pillows for at least a year and a half.
So how many cell searches have taken place?
Several.
And it's observed-
Romani himself searched my cell 3 different times when I lived up top and never took my pillows.
What about the fans? How did you acquire those?
Fans been there. I had them fans for a long time. Now one of the fans cases was comes off because we really can't feel it, and they know that the cases come off. They tell us to put the case back on whenever like the white shirts come around because they don't want to get reprimanded. So they tell us like make sure you have your cases back on. So when it's lockdown time, which is 9, we lock down from 9 o'clock for the rest of the night. So when we lock down, we in the cells at night, we just in there. So we take the case off so we can feel it because you can't feel it when it's on there.
So it was already locked down. He took it off to use because he takes it off so there's more airflow, and
Oh.
the case kind of restricts that a little bit. So as far as he knew, it was nighttime. He was about to go to bed,
Mm-hmm.
and then the guards come in here and start giving him shit because the pillowcase or the pillowcase, the fan case is off,
Right.
and then saying we're going to take it because it's off. It's contraband.
Mm-hmm.
It's very different. It's not routine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the cases come off at night and they know that.
Is there air conditioning in these?
No air conditioning.
Okay, so it gets pretty hot in those cells.
Real hot, real hot.
So fans are pretty important,
Yes.
and the guards know this.
And they know that.
So were your fans? These were your own fans. You had a receipt for them.
Yes, I have receipts, I have titles. They never even asked for the titles. They never even tried to search and get the titles. This was kind of like I was being targeted.
Okay, and how many times had your cells been searched and people found, or no one took those fans?
No. They've been searched several times and they haven't took them.
So let me bring you up to speed. We're here for an incident on July 23rd. Do you remember that day?
I remember that day vividly.
And your cell was searched after lockdown.
After lockdown.
Okay, and so can you tell the jury why that's significant to you that it was searched?
It's
after
significant because usually when they come search your cell after lockdown, it's a white shirt with them, a supervisor watching them, definitely being rookies. You know what I'm saying? By them being rookies, it's usually a white shirt. Even if they're not rookies, it's a white shirt because we're locked down in the cell and everybody's locked down. This is after the work hours because they about to go home in an hour. So when they lock down for 9, it's just we lock down until we come out in the morning for breakfast. So it was significant that they didn't have a white shirt with them when they usually do.
And we heard they were looking for a shank. Is there a shank in your cell?
Never had a shank. I mean, you know, to speak frankly, in that institution, I'm known heavy. So I didn't. There was no reason for me to have a shank.
You said no. Happy. What is that?
Like they know who I am. Like I have status. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, jail is kind of like an underworld. You know what I'm saying? You have people who have status. When you have people, you know what I'm saying, they know not to mess with, or they come and get. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not nothing to brag about or anything like that. But I'm one of the people that they know. Like don't mess with dude because he get things done. You know what I'm saying? And people, it's a lot of people that's backing him. So I don't need a knife. You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't need a knife.
Like,
Clearly, he just took out a bunch of officers.
Like if people beefing gangs, beefing against each other, I'm the one they come get.
On the one hand, yes, that sounds good. Like
Yeah,
I
they
don't
did
need a
find
knife,
some
but
hooch
then
in
on
the
the
cell.
other hand,
What
yes,
is
that sounds
Hooch
bad.
is homemade
It does.
liquor, homemade wine.
How do you make it?
I mean, it's sugar, starch, Water.
Yeah, Johnny.
Was it yours?
No, it wasn't mine.
Whose was?
It was my cellies.
And did he admit to that?
Yes.
Okay. And who did he admit that to?
He meant that to RIB and to the COs at the time.
Did he get in trouble for that?
Not that I know of, because they wrote me out the next day. So I can't contest that if he got in trouble or not.
You say rode you out. What does that mean?
Like that morning, they wrote me
Get
to Luke.
transported.
They said I was too influential on the compound, meaning that I had too much rank. So they just rolled me out the next day, like early in the morning.
Rode you out means they transferred you to
Transferred to Luke.
Which institution are you in?
I'm in OSP, Max, Super Max, 23 and 1.
What's 23 and 1 mean?
Lockdown, 23 hours. You only get out for an hour to go outside in the cage. And then when you come back, you get in the shower and then you're right back in the cell. You have no privileges. You have no like functions to see people. If you get visits, it's behind a glass instead of being able to touch. It's like everything, all the privileges, the little privileges that you do have is taken.
Now, when you were, your cell was searched on July 23rd, how did you react?
At first, I was already agitated because I told them, y'all just searched my cell the day before that. You know what I'm saying? And then like the week before that, y'all searched my cell, like y'all not finding nothing major. Like you're not finding no phones, you're not finding no knife, you're not finding nothing serious. You're just doing this to agitate me, to know, and they knowing that sometimes I might have an attitude problem because I take meds. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been shot, I've been stabbed, I got PTSD and bipolar. So they know I'm on a mental health caseload. They know I'm on a mental health caseload. I see the mental health twice a month, psychiatrist, and I take meds. So it's like they know that. And there's certain buttons that they push to try to get a reaction out of you because they know once they get a reaction, they can take you to the hole, they can take everything you got. You know what I'm saying? Once they get that certain reaction.
So let me slow it down a little bit. So I saw you leave the cell and you've got a tablet. What is a tablet?
A tablet, that's where I was writing them up when I had that tablet because I was writing them up for too many searches. You're only supposed to do 2 searches out of a week. This is like their 4th time going to my cell. So I was already writing it down, writing them up.
So you say writing them up, you mean you were filing a complaint?
Filing a complaint.
Okay. And what could happen as a result of that complaint?
Since they're being a rookie, it could be different reprimands. They could lose, some of them could lose their jobs or, you know what I'm saying, get time with no pay, and things of that nature.
Were you able to finish writing that up?
No, I wasn't finished.
Now I saw that they first found the hooch and they took it out and they asked you and your roommate, your cellmate, sorry, who's responsible. Were you upset about that at that
No, I
time?
wasn't upset about the hooch because that's not even a big ticket because you get LPAs. They just take like commissary away or your phone. I wasn't really tripping on that. What I was tripping on was my fans and my pillows because my deceased baby mom bought me that. That was like sentimental to me because she bought me that before she passed away. So that was like 3 days later, my emotions are still raw. You know what I'm saying? My child's birthday, her death date, then this happened. You know what I'm saying? So my emotions was just all over the place when they started taking the things that she bought me.
So you got upset about the pillows. What did you do?
I was telling them I was using language that I shouldn't have, but at the same time I'm asking them like, y'all doing too much. Call the white shirt, because if the white shirt was there, they wouldn't have been doing all of that extra stuff that they was doing. Like they would have had to follow protocol. They wouldn't have been able to just say this is contraband without, and the white shirt to tell them like, no, just leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't really done anything for y'all to take his stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to have a reason to take something. You know what I'm saying? What reason you have going there? You said there was a tip about a shank, but who gave you that tip?
Did they tell you to be quiet?
I mean, they told me to be quiet. They told me to shut up or they was gonna take my fans.
Okay, what did that mean to you? What did they?
It meant to me like it was like they were trying to son me, like little kid me, like shut up, don't say nothing, don't complain, don't say nothing. We gonna do what we gonna do anyway. You know what I'm saying? So just shut up and take it. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't in the mind frame of just bowing my head down and just saying like, all right, whatever, just taking whatever. You know what I'm saying? My feelings was just so up there, my emotions. So it was like it just wasn't fair that y'all continue to target me when y'all know who I am and y'all know what's going on. Y'all know I'm going through this situation with my child's mother being passed away. You know what I'm saying? And my child, I haven't seen her in 7 years. Like they know this. They know this because when they came in, the regulars told him like, man, he's a little emotional. You know, his child's mother passed away. Just, you know what I'm saying, let him be. You know what I'm saying? But they thought it was funny.
So what happened next? So they start to take the fans. What did you do?
Well, when they took that, I told them to call mental health because I know that my anger was getting up there. Anytime me being on the mental health case law, I am allowed to tell them to get the mental health and get the white shirt because I'm on a mental health case law. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like a regular inmate. When you're on a mental health caseload, you're allowed to ask that. Any inmate is allowed, but they say we have a right to ask, but it's up to their discretion to get the white shirt, so get the mental health. You know what I'm saying? So when I felt the agitation and the anger coming, I'm asking them, like, man, just call mental health, call the white shirt, because I can feel it. I feel it like my anger getting up there. I feel it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm asking them repeatedly to get them because I know my anger was getting there. That's when I pushed the thing off the table to get their attention. Like, listen, call mental health, call the white shirt, because y'all taking it too far.
Okay, let me pause you here. Did you ever threaten them?
Never threatened.
Did you move towards them?
Never moved towards them.
But you did knock over the cooler.
Yes, I mean, I did.
Tell the jury why you knocked over the cooler.
I knocked over the cooler to pretty much get their attention. Like, hey, call the mental health, call the white shirt. You know what I'm saying? And this and that, and that.
Just do that,
Object that's on the
dude.
table is nowhere near them. I didn't smack it towards them. I just smacked it off the table, which was probably the wrong decision to make.
It was
Being
probably
that
the wrong
everything was in
decision to
hiding.
make. Yeah.
But I did that to get the attention. They're like, call mental health, call white shirt, because y'all tripping. You know what I'm saying? Y'all really being petty, and y'all taking it too far.
What happened next?
So when it came out and telling me to cuff up, I'm telling them to call a white shirt because I know these people now, these two rookies are known on the compound for putting their hands on inmates. They put their hands on inmates when they in
Objection.
cuffs.
Overruled. Go ahead.
State of mind.
They already known for this. So I knew if I cuff up, it's 9 times out of 10, they was gonna rough me up and I wouldn't be able to fight back, I wouldn't be able to do nothing. People have died in that institution. And they had been broke necks. It's people.
Ella.
I'm sorry, but he's guilty. This is
My
stupid.
opinion is he, under the letter of the law, he's guilty, but
Absolutely.
I can see how a jury could be sympathetic.
No. Look, I am the most likely person to make someone not guilty in the entire universe, right? But this is fucking stupid.
How is Hella the one saying guilty and chat saying not guilty? Good Lord.
Why? How is he? How on earth is he not guilty? He resisted, like, it's not arrest, but he resisted
Yeah.
when and he's chucking an absolute mental. He's knocking stuff over, right? When they're just trying to cuff him, basically. Right?
Yeah.
He's chucking a mental. He is saying he's not even he hasn't even said that he would clearly stated what was the problem. He's just using expletives, yelling and knocking stuff over,
Yeah.
right? And he's basing his issues on things that he's assuming that those officers are going to do to him, but he doesn't know they're going to do stuff to him.
Yeah.
Right. So he's saying, oh, these officers have a history of roughing people up. Well, says who? Right? That doesn't hold up in court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they aggravated the situation.
Oh, well, hold on. Hella, sorry, I'm back. It does,
Oh, you're
though.
fine.
It gives to his state of mind why he felt it was necessary to do what he did. So he's justifying why he felt concerned, why he needed to act. So these do help. It's just, yeah, like he's explaining why was I worried? What was I worried about? These guys are assholes. They're shitty COs. They hurt people.
They're rookies.
They're known for hurting people. They're known for being overly aggressive,
Yep.
which that
So-
does happen.
Okay. So if that's if that's a solid defense, then
Yeah.
his lawyer needs to bring in other people to testify to that.
Well, those guys aren't going to want to testify. Like they don't like those guys aren't going to want to testify against the COs. There's a lot of intimidation there, and whether or not you'd be allowed to bring them in, there's a lot there. I mean, it's not as simple as, well, why don't you have people here? It's like, well, there's only so many people the court's going to let you subpoena out of the prison too.
I'm with you, and that's the thing that, like, I just feel that it's his word. That's all it is, right? And his word
and
is.
we can see the cops or the COs being dicks on camera, but a lot of it is his word. Yes,
It is.
Sure.
It is, and so far his word hasn't been like that believable because he's already spoken about how the only reason he's in jail is because he got messed up with some people, and then he had a bad defense attorney.
Yeah,
and-
but that's kind of normal for prison. Like everybody's innocent, so yeah.
Mhm. So I mean, I'm not loving this for him so far.
It's 2 weeks before that, inmate got slammed on his neck and he is paralyzed. So it's like if I cuff up now in a situation like this, knowing these are the ones that love to put their hands on inmates, I knew it wasn't a wise decision. So I asked for the white shirt. Because the white shirt here, the staff act right. They act right. They don't try to be vigilantes and think, oh, they can do what they want, because that's what they think. Because they done said it plenty of times. Oh, shut up, inmate. You listen to
Objection,
me.
Your Honor.
Yeah, let's go ahead and ask a new question. I'll overrule the objection, but let's get into a new question, Mr.
Sure. So let's set the scene here. The corrections officers come out of the cell. You're asking for a white shirt. Do they give you a white shirt?
Never.
Okay.
This
What
is
happened?
correct.
They
Did you
never
make
even
any
attempted.
did you make any moves towards them?
Never move. I moved backwards. And I moved backwards and I asked for the white shirt. And then I get maced by all three of them.
Okay, let me pause you there. Were you eventually did you decide to cuff up?
Well, I started to. Once I realized they wasn't gonna get a white shirt, I said, let me put my hands behind my back. And it seemed like as soon as I started putting my hands behind my back, that's when I got hit with the mace. As soon as I put my hands behind my back to give up, like they not even going. Because I'm thinking if I keep saying get the white shirt, they'll do it. Because usually that's what they'll do. Like, okay, he won't cuff up. So we gotta get supervisors here because he won't cuff up. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's usually how it go.
Okay, what happened? What happened immediately after you were sprayed in the face? What did you do?
I walked away because I walked away because I was blinded. I knew, well, let me walk away to de-escalate the situation myself. Let me walk away, get closer to the door, because I know that's where the white shirts and the other police, they about to come through the front door. So I said, let me try to at least get by the door where the white shirts and everybody about to come bum rush through, because I already know how the situation gonna happen.
Okay, so pause you there. Have you been sprayed before?
I have been sprayed one other time when it was a inmate on inmate fight.
Okay, so what's it like when you're sprayed?
I can't explain it. It feels
What?
like you're literally in hell. It's like hell. It's like, you know how they tell you burning in hell? Well, that's what it feels like from the top to the bottom of your toes. Everything, like
Oopsie.
breathing, seeing, it just feel like fire.
Are you able to see clearly?
No, I can't see nothing. I'm not able to see nothing because they actually hit me dead in my
How
eyes
the
and dead in my face.
mace has
So I can't see
gone.
nothing.
Are you
It
able?
takes your vision, your breath, it takes everything away.
Yeah, tell me about your breath. Are you able to breathe?
No, I'm not able to breathe right. I'm not able to see. And as you can see, when I walk away, I'm trying to wipe my eyes because I can't see nothing. I can't see nothing. And that's when I walk toward the door because I know that's where
Right.
the help is.
Okay,
I
and
didn't
so,
run.
so let me pause you there. You went towards the door. Why did you choose to go towards that door?
That's how I know that's where help is coming. I knew that's where help was coming. And then the white shirts and them, they all know who I am. I've been here almost 6 years. Everybody know me. So I knew, I'm like, if I get to the door, help's gonna come. Help's gonna come.
What's the very next thing that happened?
He didn't just put his hand on he pushed me to the point where when my head hit the door, it's metal. I seen stars. And then me having PTSD, been shot, stabbed, I just went fight or flight mode. You know what I'm saying? I just went to fight or flight mode. It wasn't like I intentionally tried to fight. All I know, when he pushed me, he didn't just put his hand there. He physically pushed me into the door and my head smacked the door. I seen stars. So when I seen the stars, I knew, like, oh, it's either I fight back or it's going to be, my life could be taken, because I didn't seen it happen before. And I didn't seen it. My own eyes.
So I saw you saw in the video. You looks like your arms are swinging at
Yeah.
particular officer Stickman. Do you remember doing that?
No, I don't remember doing it.
Okay. So what do you remember about what's going on at that moment?
In that moment, I really blacked out. Because all I knew, I was like,
African American
fight or I'm gonna
doubt.
die. That's the only thing I was thinking in my head. Like, fight back, push, do something, you're gonna die. So that was in my brain because I couldn't see. I didn't even see who I was swinging on or who I was fighting back. All I know was if they get to me and they put me in them cuffs, being that they hit the man down, that they was gonna take advantage of that situation. So I just blacked out and just was swinging and pushing, and it just went. And I didn't know that I had dude in the head. Like, all I knew, I felt so many bodies hit me and grab me, so I just grabbed the first person I could feel to keep me up. Because I know if I got on that ground, it was gonna stump me out. It was just gonna take advantage of the situation, because that's what they do.
Do you remember being hit with closed fists?
I remember
Take advantage of me.
my eyes closed the whole time, so it wasn't like I was looking at what was going on. I know I was getting hit on the head, hit in the face, with not just fists. I knew it was metal because I can hear the clink, clink. I can feel the blood running down my face. You know what I'm saying? I can feel them snatching my hair out of my head. I feel it.
So let me ask you some. I'm going to ask you some awkward questions here, but partly from the law here.
Are you
Did
a
you have
homosexual?
reasonable? Let me back up. Did you believe that you were in immediate danger of being subjected to excessive force when you
Yes.
were fighting back?
Objection.
Overruled.
No.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Did you have a belief that you were in immediate danger of being subjected?
Yes.
Did you feel you took actions beyond what was necessary to protect yourself until help came?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, you thought.
I thought that I needed to protect myself until help come, or it was a chance that I would die.
Did you intend to hurt any of these
No,
people?
I didn't intend to hurt nobody. I just intended to try to like push them away and get them away from me.
Did you intend to assault them?
No, no, it was never my intention to assault anyone.
What happened next?
Well, what happened next is all I remember. I heard somebody screaming my name, and it kind of brought me to like, dang, I'm like, I gotta. So that's when I let him go, because I just gave up, like all the way out. I just gave up. Like I hear hella people coming in, and then I
Hella
heard somebody say my name that I recognized. I
Australia.
recognized that person calling my name, and he said, Thomas. He said, Thomas, give me your arm, give me your hand. So I gave all the way up and let him put.
I gave him my hand and I looked into his eyes.
What happened next?
Man, they were still hitting me while I was on the ground. I was giving up. They still was hitting me in the head with the mace can. And dude, while I was getting cuffed, sprayed the mace in my eye and face, like literally put it on my face and just sprayed it, like and held it. And that's when I kept telling them that I couldn't breathe, because I couldn't. I was breathing fire. Like that mace stuff is no joke. No, I wasn't wishing on my worst enemy. That stuff right there is just I know it's not for humans. I know it's not.
What happened next?
Not for human.
That's when they got me up. They took me to medical. I was telling them that I couldn't breathe. I said my shoulder's out of place. They said they didn't give a F. Like you assaulted the officers. We don't give a F about you. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even nothing about my medical care was taken care of. Nothing. They didn't care at all. They didn't care about my health. They were just saying, "Oh, you assaulted the officers. You needed that." They smacking me on the way to the medical. They don't have that on camera. They smacking me in the head. They, you know what I'm saying, pushing me around. You know what I'm saying, like kicking me, like all type of this stuff is still going on after the fact. It just was ridiculous.
Where did they take you after medical?
They took me to medical. The lady asked me, was I okay? I told her no. She said, yes, you are. They just wrote that I'm okay. And they took me to the shoe. And while they take me to the shoe, that's when they jump. See, they ain't telling y'all the truth about the things that they do.
Okay, back up a step. What's the shoe?
The shoe is the hole. That's the hole, like where they take you segregation. Like if you get into fights or if you're about to ride out, you know what I'm saying? In this situation, that's where everything happens. You go to the shoe.
So what is segregation like?
Segregation is
no one here knows what it's like.
Okay, segregation is you pretty much you confined to a hole with nothing, no clothes. They give you the food. They spit in it because they feel some type of way. They'll do that. Like there's no check on them when you go to the hole. It's just you in a cell 24/7. If they want to give you a shower, they'll give you one. If not, sometimes it's a shower in the cell. If it work, it work. If it don't, it don't.
And I think you started saying, were you assaulted again as you
Yes.
were walking towards
Yes.
Who assaulted
Yes.
you?
I couldn't see. All I know, I was just getting hit because they felt like, oh, you put your hands on DCO. So they felt like they had to, I want to say, retaliate because they got me in cuffs. So I really can't do nothing now. I'm in cuffs. So it was like they took me in the side room because it goes the medical, then it's the side room where there's no cameras or nothing before it goes to the shoot. You know what I'm saying? So they had me in that room abusing me, but they getting away with it because, I'm an inmate.
How long did you spend in segregation?
I spent segregation after they jumped on me and put me in a hole. I was rolled out that very next morning around 7:30 in the morning. They rolled me out.
Meaning you got transferred to another institution?
Yeah, to a Supermax.
One of the things that we heard about, I'm going to roll back a little bit, was that you had the ability, if you thought they took your property improperly, you had the ability to complain about that, challenge that. What's that process like?
Well, you can challenge it right then and there. That's the whole reason why I was asking for a white shirt. Because the white shirt, the supervisor, lieutenant, the captain, being that I'm known, they would have came and like, well, what's going on, Thomas? You know what I'm saying? And they would have checked the situation right then and there. It wouldn't have went no further. It wouldn't have even went to how it went. I would have been maced. I would have been nothing. If they would have got the supervisor, the whole situation would have been dead.
Okay.
I agree with this theory.
But there is a process.
This would have
in place, right?
stopped.
If the supervisor couldn't come for one reason or another,
Okay, yeah.
you could fill out some
You
paperwork.
could fill out the paperwork about what they took, and they will look at the items of what they took, and they will say, well, if it's altered, they'll show you that it's altered. They'll take pictures. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not yours, if they find the title, if you have no title, which they will look in your room, look in your cell, you don't have no title, everything is put on display. Like they'll take pictures like, well, look, this is the fan, these are pillows. Well, okay, these altered, these not. You know what I'm saying? Because I did have quite a few So they would have told you which ones was altered or which ones
These are my feet
was
pics.
bought through the fundraiser, because this
Wait, you
institution
said
don't. Seriously.
Archer, is that the term you're using?
Huh?
What did you use the term Archer?
Altered. If it was altered or not, they would tell you. Like you would have the evidence in your face for them to see it. Like if it's altered, they will show you and tell you where it's altered at. Well, it's altered right here. You know what I'm saying? This is why you can't get it or you can't have it. They won't just go off of
How
what the
long,
CO say.
how long does that process take?
That process take a couple of days, depending on how quick they get your write-up. The write-up, you have to get wrote up, and within 24 hours, you have to sign the write-up. So within that 24 hours or 48 hours, that's the time frame they usually look at the items and let you know, like, look, this is altered. You can't get it. And they will show it at pictures. That's what they usually do. Take pictures, and they'll take pictures and have it as evidence. It's showing you, like, look at it, bro. You know this is altered.
And is that a fair process?
It's a fair process.
One second, Your Honor. Okay, I have no other questions.
Okay, so she immediately approaches. So apparently he opened the door to something.
Yeah, he
Go ahead,
did.
Ms. Tran.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He spoke about the fight that he had. He had a previous fight.
Well, that, and also about how he was the pod father.
Yeah, that
Wrong
too.
term.
Yeah.
He was a good boy. He tried to resolve.
They
fights.
didn't do nothing wrong.
Didn't do nothing wrong.
Mm.
Good almost afternoon, Mr. Thomas. Still in morning.
Aw.
A few questions for you regarding your testimony. I think we can agree, based on your testimonies, that you don't like rookie COs, do you?
Well, I like anybody that respect. It's all about respect. In the jail system, you have it's a respect thing. I give everybody respect, whether they're a rookie or veterans. I have no problems. It's just certain rookies come in with a bravado attitude, feeling like, you know what I'm saying, that they gotta make an example out of people, or you know what I'm saying, or like say for instance, them guys are in their 20s. I'm 38. They feel like, you know what I'm saying, it don't matter how old I am, I'm your boss. Like, I tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's not that I have problem with rookies. I have love for
To be
anybody
fair,
that
you
got
are in
respect
prison.
for me.
You have to do what they tell
Okay,
you.
fair enough. You've been there for a while, though, right? Get along better with some of the more veteran COs, probably.
I get along
Fair
with,
statement?
it's a kind of a fair statement. I get along with everybody.
You get along
The
with everybody?
veterans know me. That's the only
Until
difference.
you
Okay.
fight them.
You get along with everybody, right?
Yeah, see,
And I
she's
think
setting
you
them
told
up.
Mr. Engel that you're the voice of reason on the block, right? You keep things cool on the block. That was your testimony, right? You're the one that keeps things cool on the block, right?
Saying like they come to me when it's other gangs by the fight or something, they come to me.
Yeah, you said you're the one that keeps things cool on the block.
Right.
So let's talk about some of your conduct reports that you've had since you've been in the
Oh.
institution. Okay.
Yeah.
And your
Yeah.
pin
Oh, here
forehead.
we go.
So I've got one here from September 29th of 2019, when you had a conduct report
I mean, 6 years
that
ago.
said inmate Thomas was being loud and told that he needed to be quiet, told that, wait a minute, hang on, I think I got the wrong one, sorry. Hang on, let me make sure I got the right ones. 'cause I
You
don't
like the
wanna-
defense
Oh.
lawyer's face.
Hang on. Look, she's like, oh, let me just check
I
I've got
don't
the right one. I get out
get
the
into
story
something
book
that we
here.
don't want to.
Let me get the right one, because apparently this is a narrowly open door.
Okay, let's talk about this one from October 17th of 2019, when you were seen hitting an inmate in the head, knocking him down the aisle. Inmate Thomas punches that other inmate in the head and face 2 or more times, knocking him on his back. At the time, Thomas proceeded to kick that inmate in the face 3 times. Is that being cool, keeping things cool on the block?
That's another
Mm.
inmate. It was a situation where he stole from me. See,
Okay, but you're not denying that conduct report,
I'm
right?
not denying it.
He answered the question, Your Honor.
I'm going to overrule the objection. Go ahead and ask your next question. Mr.
Okay, you're not denying that, right?
No.
Okay. And let's see, we've got another conduct report from March the 1st of 2020. On that date, there was another inmate who had alerted to a CO that he was assaulted in the day room by you. Camera footage was reviewed, and you were observed on camera approaching this other inmate as he was sitting on a bench in the day room and began delivering closed fist strikes to the back of his head, knocking him off the bench. And when he was on the floor, you delivered a few more closed fist strikes to that inmate
Shit
before walking
happens.
away from the area.
You
Deny
didn't
that
want to
one?
get lost
Right.
on.
It's prison. It's prison. It's not Kumbaya camp. Things happen.
So, Mr. Thomas, this is how this works. She asks you a yes or no
Yes or no.
question. You give her a yes or no answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And if there's any follow-up, Mr. Engel will take care of wrapping that up. and
Kumbaya
we'll call you
camp.
direct.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Go ahead
then
and ask your question again, Mr. Chairman.
you don't deny that one,
Use
do
that.
you? Okay. Then we've got another one just 5 days after that, March the 6th of 2020. This is another incident that occurred in the Chow Hall, right? Delivering closed fist strikes to the back of an inmate's head, knocking him off the bench. Deny that one?
Yes, that
You deny that one?
didn't happen like that.
Okay. You
This is brilliant.
don't deny that conduct report was filed, correct?
Oh, correct.
Okay.
Oh, look at his mom.
Here's another one, May the 17th of 2020.
Yeah.
This was in housing unit 3B, the one that we've been talking about.
My
You were
son.
observed engaged in another fight with an inmate on the left side of the day room. Officers had to deploy a short burst of OC to break up the fight. Deny that one?
No.
Okay.
Look at her. Oh, is she gonna vomit?
Probably.
No, she's just being theatrical.
Oh, you think?
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to play it
When
up
you
to
when
the
you
dark.
have a family member, guys, on trial, you need
Mhm.
to act like a fucking stone as well.
Yeah.
This doesn't help him.
Yeah.
There's another one, August 1st of 2020. You were engaged with two other inmates, two other inmates.
Well, they got engaged. Like,
Started
are they
striking
gay?
another inmate with what appeared to be a lock and a sock. Caught on
Oh, okay,
camera.
not that gay.
They
Okay.
didn't say me. I was breaking that fight up.
Okay. So you deny that conduct report?
Yes.
Okay.
She has to be careful. She can look like a big bitch here.
Hmm.
Well, she is a big bitch, but
Well, she has to be careful.
I'm kind of surprised the prosecutor hasn't brought it up.
October the 24th, 2022. Inmate Thomas was walking on the top left range. He threw multiple fist strikes to the head and face of another incarcerated person.
Okay.
Deny that one?
No.
No, he deserved it.
This is an RID hearing from 12/14 of 23. You were engaged in a cell fight involving five total, 4 other inmates. Looks like that one was overtuned. Deny that one?
Yeah, 'cause that was a false. It was a false statement. Nobody was hurt. Nobody fought. We was in there, but they said it was a fight. Nobody was hurt.
Okay, so you deny that one as well?
It wasn't a fight.
But we can agree that there have been multiple instances since you've been in prison where you haven't been exactly the cool head on the block
With inmates, not with COs.
with inmates.
Yeah, with
Okay.
inmates, other inmates.
With inmates.
okay.
Gotcha. All right. So let's talk about these infamous pillows. You have those receipts to show from the fundraisers here today, right?
I'm an OSP that destroyed everything when I left WCI.
Oh, okay. So you had them when you were
Right.
at WCI?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But you don't have them now because the prison destroyed them.
Everything that I own. I have
Okay.
nothing. When I got transferred, they didn't give me nothing that I
That's
had.
not uncommon.
Hmm.
All right. That's fair.
Notice she was sounding like a big
Let's,
bitch there, so
um,
she has to back down and be like, okay, yeah.
Let's talk about this tablet that you have, right? you were in here, you heard, I think it was Investigator Chamberlain testify about inmates having the tablets, right? And the process to alert officials if something's going on that shouldn't be, right?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So you said you were in the process of issuing a kite when the cell search was going on?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that true?
That's true.
Okay. And you were doing that because they were taking stuff that you didn't believe that they should have taken.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that a fair statement?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. They weren't at that point, they hadn't caused you any physical harm, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So this kite was solely about the property.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Officer Sigma, Officer Romine are taking my pillows, my
I was
fans.
being
My
targeted.
pillows.
Let me finish my question, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So the content of your kite was they're taking my pillows, my fans, and whatever other property
was
that you were
being-
disputing.
And I was being targeted. That's what the writing was about.
That's what the kite was about, that you were being targeted. So you didn't specifically say they're
No,
taking.
no, you said,
Okay,
I said
you gotta
everything
let
you
me,
said.
you gotta let me finish my question,
yes, ma'am.
okay? Your kite was about being targeted is what I'm hearing you say. Is that correct?
That's not correct.
Okay, tell me what your kite said.
My kite was about them taking my things and being targeted. That was the kite was about. I was being targeted because they had searched my cell several different times. And I said, I'm being targeted. They taking my pillows that I paid for, my fan that my child's mother paid for.
Okay. So all of the information about what was taken was in the kite,
Yes, ma'am.
yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but we don't have that kite because the prison destroyed it. Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't know what they did with the kite, ma'am.
Okay. Did you get it sent?
I didn't even get to finish writing the kite, ma'am.
Okay, so it was
You
not
didn't get to fly
officially
it either.
to whoever you were sending it to, right? Was it the warden or lieutenant or somebody?
Right.
Okay, all right. I don't know how those tablets work, so I don't know if there's a button that says send or what, so you didn't get to finish writing it.
Right.
You don't know
Okay.
a lot, honey.
Why didn't you finish writing it?
Because they was going, it was just excessive, and I was asking for a white shirt. Because when you ask for a white shirt, that's when everything get to a head. That's when they know what they was doing was wrong, is wrong, and the white shirt put the COs in check. Because we the inmates. They don't look at us as anything other than unhuman and inmates.
Okay, we get that. How many
Can we-
times during your stay in prison so far have you asked for a white shirt?
Several different occasions.
Okay. How many times do you think?
I said about 3 or 4 different occasions.
How
About
white
3 or
were their
4,
shirts?
including this one?
Yes.
Okay. So of those 3 or 4, we know this one, you didn't get your white shirt.
Right.
How many times did a white
Every
shirt?
time I have mental health, I asked for mental health and a white shirt.
Okay, let me finish my question, please. How many times did a white shirt respond when you requested one?
Other than this situation,
Other than this situation?
every time.
Every time. So that's another 2 or 3?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What was going on in those situations when you asked for a white shirt? Why did you ask for a white shirt?
When the CO, I feel like when the CO overstepping their boundaries or overstepping what they're supposed to be doing, I ask for a white shirt or mental health, because I'm on a mental health caseload. When you do that, that's when everything's get put back in the right perspective, in the right place, because don't nobody check the COs but the white shirt.
Okay, let's try to answer my question this time, okay? What was happening that caused you to ask for a white shirt in those other
2 other
instances?
situations was cell search.
Cell search, that's what I'm asking. Okay, so some CO was searching your cell, okay? What about, cell searchers are common in prison, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
We can agree on that,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So what was occurring during those other cell searches that made you feel that you needed to ask for a white shirt?
Because the COs use cell search as punishment too.
What was happening
They were
during
taking things that they wasn't supposed to.
what were they taking in
It
those?
was taking my tubs. It was taking
Wait a minute, go back. Your what?
tubs,
Oh
like
my
His
God.
tote bins.
a tub that you put your foot in the soap, because I had an incident where I messed up my foot.
Okay,
So they was taking things that they wasn't supposed to.
okay. You think they weren't supposed to take your tub? What else was being
They
taken?
was taking my tub. They took a fan that time too.
A fan?
Yep.
Okay.
And then they took my player.
Your what?
Player. Like other than a tablet, you get a J6 player with your music, your pictures, the games and stuff on those.
Okay.
And he was taking it.
So like an electronic.
Well,
Yeah, like an electronic device.
Gotcha. Okay. And it belonged to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
Can't
So
they take
you
whatever
called for
the
a white
hell they
shirt.
want?
Yes, ma'am.
And those COs said, okay, fine, we'll get a white shirt.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Unlike this particular time.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you knock anything over during those instances?
No, ma'am.
No? But you knocked the cooler off this time.
Yeah, I lost my cool, ma'am.
You left your cool, right?
Yeah.
Were you screaming and hollering and calling them bitch ass hoes on the last one?
One of them I was.
One of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie.
And they still called for a white shirt.
Yes. We was disrespecting each other. EDCOs talk crazy to us too, just as well as we talk to them. They talk crazy to us too.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out what happened on those instances.
That's what I
compared
thought,
to
Erica.
the one we're talking about here.
Right.
Okay, so we can agree on those other instances. You weren't being physically aggressive by knocking stuff over.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's talk. You keep saying mental health. I'm on the mental health casebook. I'm on mental health casebook. When you first went into prison, you went through an assessment, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you heard Investigator Chamberlain talk about that happens with all inmates when they get into the system, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Were you assessed for a mental health book when you first went into prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Charlie,
Okay.
can you pause it for a sec?
And what does it mean
Yeah.
when you get when you are on the mental?
Sean, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
I don't know. Can you?
Erica and I both have a same idea of, and it might be wrong. So Erica says, am I wrong to believe that anything you have in prison isn't really your property? I mean, maybe a picture, but anything can be taken away at any given time. And
you have due process rights. Now they're institutional rights, but you do have the right to say, like, that is my item, and you can challenge to keep it. So,
okay.
I mean, like, you have belongings, but you have limited control over them because you're obviously in prison.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you do have rights to challenge and say, hey, you can't just take my shit. If it's not
Mm,
contraband, because if it's contraband, you have no right to it. But
Yeah.
if it's a legitimate item, they just take it. Well, they have to document all of that, and they have to say why they're taking it.
Okay. So he's right then. Like if they come in and take his pillows and his fans. No,
Yeah.
his fan's not really his, is
All
it?
that,
Like
all that
that
should be
belongs to the-
documented and laid out, and they never did it, which is very sketch. That looks
Yeah.
really bad. And once again, that's where you come into the whole who's the bigger asshole here, and they look like the bigger asshole.
So stuff that's like supplied by the prison, like a fan, is not really his, right?
I mean, it's not supplied; it's he paid for
I
it.
think he paid
Oh, he
for it.
bought it.
It's
Okay.
commissary items. You pay for like a TV, the iPod, all those things.
I see. Okay. So yeah, that player thing, like,
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like something that is like a privilege. Right?
I mean, they're privileges, but they can't just take shit away from you and fuck with you.
Okay.
Like, they have to have reasons for what they do.
Okay. So they have to give a reason.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. And then like there's obviously the question of if like say that there's some documents, right?
Yeah.
And this came up in the Corey Richards case. If it says
Yeah.
attorney-client privilege on it, it says it's for my attorney, they can't
And
take
Mark
that.
Jensen.
I mean, that they're not supposed to dig through that shit. They're not supposed to.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I mean, they took Mark Jensen's 495-page manifesto, and on the first page, it was marked attorney-client work product.
Yeah. So you're not supposed to take that, or if you
They're
do
not
take
supposed
it,
to do a lot. The government's not supposed to do a lot of shit that it does. So,
right?
I mean, like, the government's not supposed to do that. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Okay, but
So-
just because they do that, that doesn't give you the right to then like smack them.
You know, I don't like if they're doing it. I don't really feel fucking bad for them at that point. So,
I
Yeah,
don't feel
but
bad for them.
you're going to get in
no.
trouble for it.
yeah. But honestly, like I said, once again, I feel no fucking sympathy for these COs. They sound like they were dickheads causing problems.
And stupid as well. Like,
Yeah.
actually,
Health case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you said,
Mental
what does
health
that
case-
mean?
Mental health case law means like when you have mental health problems, PTSD, bipolar, depression. I was on all of those things before on the street. So they already knew that I was taking meds on the street for these things. So this is not like something that just happened out the blue. I was
Okay.
on the caseload on the street.
So that means part of what that means is that you're prescribed medication,
Yes, ma'am.
correct? All right, and you get that medication in prison,
Yes, ma'am.
fair? And were you taking your medication during this incident?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the prison's providing it for you, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Were you ever placed on any type of a mental health ward?
No,
Okay, because 3D is just general population, right?
general population, but
So there are mental health blocks in prison, correct?
yeah, there's a major mental health saying like mental health block with people who hurt themselves and cut themselves.
Okay.
Now, people that C2 and C3, they still be on regular blocks, but they still have get attention for mental health. Like we go see the psychiatrist, we get our meds and stuff like that. But when the situation arises and we ask for mental health, they have to get mental health.
Okay, and what does that mean when you ask for mental
Like
health?
when a crisis arises, like when people know themselves or know like their temper or their depression or they're having a mental health crisis, you know what I'm saying? As I was having, because I was jacked up, my feelings was already, my child's mother passed away, I was going through all these emotions, and I was already asking to get the mental health in a white shirt before I even pushed that thing down, because I saw myself, you know what I'm saying, my emotions was getting high, I can't think right when my emotions get like that. So that's why I asked for mental health, and that is your right and rules for them to get mental health. Now the white shirt is by their discretion, but mental health, they must call mental health when you're on the caseload.
Okay, what I'm trying to ask you, thank you for that answer, is when you ask for mental health, as what you're saying, what happens next? Is there a certain, please let me finish my answer. This will go a lot quicker if you let me ask my question, okay? Is there a certain person within the prison that responds or is supposed to respond when you ask for mental health?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who is that person?
The CO calls the mental health. They're located next to the where the nurses are.
Okay, so it's some medical professional. Is that fair to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and are they supposed to be in the prison 24/7?
Yes, ma'am. They have
Okay.
shifts.
Okay. Thank you for that. A lot of this, myself included, we don't understand. So we need a little clarification. That's
Yes,
all
ma'am.
I'm trying to do. Okay. So you were fine at the beginning. And by fine, I mean you weren't being aggressive towards the COs. We've seen the video, you were leaning on the table, working on your kite to get that sent, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you're telling us today that it's this pillow that triggered you.
The pillows in the fan.
pillows.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I watched that video multiple times. I don't hear you complaining about the pillows. You didn't complain about the pillows. You were focused on the fan in those videos. Fair to say?
That's not fair to say. You heard me say on the video is y'all petty. Why y'all taking pillows that people are buying? People, family members are buying.
Okay.
That started the agitation.
Okay. We'll let the jury watch it. Maybe I missed it. Very possible. Okay. But
Yes,
you were
ma'am.
very focused on the fans.
Spoken on both, ma'am.
All right. So tell me about the fans. Why didn't they have covers on them?
One didn't have covers on them because it pops on and off, and at night when the covers on, you can't feel it. We don't have AC. It's like if it's 80 degrees outside, it's 100 or something in the cell. So we take the fans off at night. We take the cap off because it's a cap that pops off. We take the cap off so we can feel it, so we can feel the air.
So you took it off so you get more airflow.
Right.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
Okay. All right. What are those fan blades made out of?
Plastic.
Plastic? Okay. All right. So you admit you altered the fan. You took the fan cover off.
Right.
Okay.
That's not altered. That's taking. You can pop it right back on.
Okay. Well, we're not going to quibble about definitions, but you admit you took the cover off, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Now, you went through an RIB hearing on this, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you were
Yeah,
asked to
man.
make a statement, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I think you said you pled not guilty to all the charges except physical resistance.
So I said I was not guilty.
Okay. I can take, you can, I've got it here. I can show you if you want to refresh your memory.
But yeah, we are still waiting for the verdict.
Let's see. It's this one probably.
You may.
Oops. Really should name this the OnlyFans trial, but oh well.
This. I just want you to take a look at this. And you don't have to read it out loud, okay? I just want you to refresh your memory with that. Take a look where it says summary of statement.
Yeah, this summary of
You're-
statement.
Do you remember that?
Yes,
Okay.
summary of statement.
All right. So
This is their summary though.
let me go back to my initial. You saw on this summary where it says not guilty to all charges except physical resistance, right? You're saying you didn't say that?
I didn't say that.
Okay. You're saying
I
that
said
was the
not
hearing
guilty to
board.
everything.
So that is not your statement. It's your
No,
testimony.
that's summary of everything that happened. I never said, why would I plead not guilty to one thing and plead guilty to one? I said I was not guilty of everything.
Okay. I'm not asking you that. I'm just asking you if you said it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. So let's get to the incident at hand. All right. Can we agree that this whole thing could have been avoided if you simply turned around and put your hands behind your back when they told you to cuff up?
No, because people have got hurt and killed in that situation like that. So that's why I asked for a white shirt.
Okay. You've witnessed this.
I witnessed it. I
Okay.
seen it.
All right. So do you ever comply when a CF tells you to cuff up?
I mean, I comply. I comply when I feel like. you know
Remember,
what I'm
Mr.
saying?
Thomas?
Huh?
Yes or no questions?
Yes,
Yes or no answers?
Okay. Yes,
You do comply?
I comply.
Okay. But you didn't this time.
No, ma'am.
Okay. But we can agree, aside setting your hypothetical that people get killed in situations like this, let's set that aside. We can agree that you simply, well, actually, if you had just simply finished your kite, sent it off to the warden, sent it off to the lieutenant, let them search your cell, all of this could have been avoided, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You could have, and you were entitled to have a decision on that within 7 days. We've heard testimony from investigator Chamberlain as to that, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So there were proper channels to go through, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And we can agree that even if you got upset and you were frustrated, obviously, had you just simply turned around, put your hands behind your back, this whole thing could have been avoided, correct?
No.
No?
I don't agree with that.
Setting aside your theory that you could have been
I
killed,
don't agree with that.
you don't agree with
No.
that? Okay. So you disagree that if you had simply done what the officers heard,
Ma'am, they have maced people in cuffs all the time. I've been
answer
maced.
my question. Is your testimony that your belief is that had you turned around and put your hands behind your back, complied, and cuffed up, this situation still would have occurred? It was your belief.
Not the way, all the way it haven't occurred, but it still might have a chance to occur, ma'am.
You, during your testimony with Mr. Engel, you said something to the effect of, if I had gotten on the ground, they would have stomped on me.
No, I said they did that while I was on the ground.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said they did that while I was on the ground.
I wrote down, you were talking about why you're resisting. If you said, if I had gotten on the ground, they were going to stomp me. Do you remember that testimony?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did they stomp you while you were on the ground?
Well, they was hitting me in my head though, ma'am, with the can. They was spraying me in my face, ma'am, while I was on the ground, ma'am.
They were hitting you in the
My
head.
head with the can, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Correct. While you had Officer Romine in a chokehold.
And while I was on the ground, ma'am.
Okay. Did they stomp you?
Ma'am, but they hit me in the head and sprayed me in my face while I was on the ground giving up, ma'am.
Okay. All right. The next day after this happened, you met with Sergeant Quantz, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Investigator Quantz.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you had an opportunity to talk to him, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Overruled.
Did you tell Officer Quantz the morning after, because I think you met in the morning before you shipped out, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it was in the morning. So maybe 12, 13 hours after this incident, very fresh in your mind.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, let me ask you this. Did you know who he was? Your Honor.
I know he was the Ohio.
Hold on just a second. Council Burge.
Oh boy. We'll be ending in a few minutes. We'll get to closing tomorrow at probably 5 p.m. Eastern. Verdict still has not come back. So we are over 4 or 5 hours, almost 5 hours, I think.
Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
All right, I'm gonna sustain the objection. Let's move on.
Okay. All right, so
There's no movement. in the
your
court.
testimony with Mr. Engel is that you're pretty well known in the prison.
Yes, ma'am.
You're known as the heavy, I think is what you said, right? Is that what you said?
No, ma'am.
Okay, maybe I misquoted you, but you've got a reputation in the prison, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You thought you were entitled to
Amber.
special treatment in the prison, didn't you?
No, ma'am.
No,
I was entitled to my right.
I didn't hear you.
I was entitled to my rights to ask for a white shirt and mental health, ma'am.
Okay. And you didn't get what you wanted, right?
It's not about what I wanted. That's my right to ask for a
Okay.
white shirt and a mental health.
You
ma'am.
asked for a white shirt and mental health.
Yes, ma'am.
You wanted a white shirt and mental health,
Yes, ma'am.
and you did not get what you wanted, correct?
No, ma'am.
All right. I have no further questions.
Mr. Engel,
No, redirect, Your Honor.
any other witnesses on behalf of the defense?
No, the defense rests at this time pending admission of exhibits.
Do we have any rebuttal?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and break for lunch at this point. Remember what I previously told you. The farther we get along in the evidence, the more you think you know enough about the case to begin talking about it or thinking how it should be decided.
Okay, I'm gonna end now. We
I
have
really need to learn to say it with an American accent. My rights.
little
We
spoiler
don't say
for
that here.
a little spoiler for the closing. The defense attorney does say, "Respect my authority."
Respect my authority.
He quotes Cartman.
Mm.
It was pretty funny. So they're out over almost 5 hours.
My rights. We really don't say that at all here.
Because you don't have any rights.
No, we don't. We've got fuck all.
How long was closing? It's about 45 minutes, under an hour.
I'm looking like a sword.
Sean will be coming up next, and I'll redirect over to him. So we can see that the closing is pretty good for the defense. I enjoyed it.
I like this defense attorney. He's good.
Yeah.
He's good. There aren't many
Guards.
good defense attorneys in Ohio.
Guards have a touch of the tism. Yeah.
Mm,
That's a good way to put it. Touch of the tism.
yeah.
I wouldn't convict. Handled poorly by everyone apart from the hooch hoarder Sally. Yeah. Good to see you, Elena. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, on the letter of the law, he's guilty, but these guards were just so, really, really.
I don't know what
insufferable.
I really don't know what the jurors are talking about for 4 hours.
I'm guessing there's one holdout, and
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. So they
Okay.
just finished up the
Roll.
trial.
Yeah, they still have closing to do. I'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah. Well-
Jury's still out.
That's not surprising. I mean, I guarantee you there's probably at least 1 or 2 people are saying fuck these guys, fuck these security guards.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's no movement in the court. Light's still on, but oh wait, no, the defense attorney's just pacing around.
He's pacing.
Yeah, defense attorney is still there.
Mm.
So
You should catch up with him for a beer at Stoney's or the Ohio Stoney's.
There is no Ohio Stonies.
Well, you should start one.
You can't recreate things like that. Organic is how things have to be done.
very
Forcing those things is not.
Franchise.
Yeah, it's franchising Stonies.
Yeah.
so
You do
You
so
get two.
well.
You got the 2 Tuesdays.
so he
Gonna-
just left court. So I
Yeah.
don't know what's going
He's
on.
gone.
Oh, he's in the
I
hall
hate.
now.
That's the one thing I hate, though. You got to sit around the whole time.
Yeah.
Nowhere to go. You know, your guy's sitting in the back. especially if he's in custody.
He's gone to
So-
do a funeral. He's a part-time undertaker.
Yeah.
Why? 'Cause he's in black.
Yeah, he's got a really good undertaker suit.
Yeah, he does.
Hey, what's going on?
I
Yeah,
don't
what
know.
are we doing?
There are people moving, but I don't know who that woman is. I haven't seen
Oh,
her.
he's back.
Jeez. Oh, by the
Nah,
way, guys, real quick, I know I pushed it back just in case we got a verdict right away. Aaron Spencer, the dad in Arkansas,
Mhm.
there are some new court filings they're trying to get a motion to dismiss. And Aaron
nice.
is also now running for sheriff of Lonoke County
Yeah.
while under indictment for murder. Pretty
We
funny.
were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah, we're gonna go through all that tonight. Should be fun. So
Okay, so she's the stenographer.
yeah, she's court
Um,
reporter. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
I didn't realize yesterday that he actually put a motion to the Supreme Court for to lift the gag order.
For what?
Well, there was a gag order
Yeah.
on.
Oh yeah,
his
and the
case.
judges were like, "This is really fucking awful. We can't just like."
Yeah.
You know, they were like, this judge is so bad. We can't just like leave her. You know, she was that bad.
I don't know why you people are saying that I think he's guilty. I'm not saying I've never said that. And maybe you're fucking around, but I just wanted to know the facts of the case, guys. No one would give me the facts of the case. Everyone just kept going, oh, bullshit charges, blah, blah, blah. It pisses me off. Like, I don't like being
I know.
pressured into saying that I understand,
So,
being pressured into being put onto a team. That's all. But
yeah, Spencer.
I did hear that
Whoa. I wonder if these
The-
people like ever realize they're being watched.
who? Oh, yeah. I did hear that the PDF file didn't have any previous charge. He had charges, but he hadn't been found guilty of anything.
Yeah, but at that point, why are you running around with a 14-year-old girl that's not yours in your car?
Agreed.
I mean, at that point, he's toast. Like I said, all he's guilty of is eating a steak dinner with us after we acquit him. If I was on the jury.
I'm concerned what the prosecutors are actually like, what angle they're going to use.
Oh yeah, I want to know. I want to know, but we
Yeah.
don't really know yet.
Yeah. So the gag order's lifted. He is going for sheriff. So that would
Yep.
mean that he wants to talk. Like,
Well,
he's-
he wants to fight these people who have fucked him over.
Yeah.
Like, there's all
Yeah.
kinds of shit he wants to sort out, which I don't blame him.
Yeah.
He wants to settle a lot of people's hash.
Well, I'm gonna end it here. I'm still recording, so we can play the verdict tomorrow after we do closing.
cool.
Aw,
Oh,
2.0.
hello, Dina.
Thank you so much.
So
Hey, sweet.
Great coverage. Hope you're doing well.
Cool.
Oh.
I can't wait to hear your stream
Great.
about it tonight. What time? Soon?
I pushed it back to 8:30 just in case something happened here. So
Cool.
I was initially set to 8:15, but I pushed it back a little bit
Oh,
just for
thank
you guys.
I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
That's a pretty good trial. Like I
Yeah.
said, it's all about you have to find somebody to hate, and if you need someone to hate, jury, hate these asshole COs.
yeah, not our guy.
So-
2.0 is our queen.
All right, guys, I'm going to end now. I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. for Courtroom Roulette, and I'll redirect and send y'all over to Sean right now.
All right, sounds good, guys. We'll see you guys in a couple minutes.
All righty. Bye, guys.
Goodbye.